right, welcome back. We are back, not but like 3 days later for another session of Call of Cthulhu, Blackwater Creek. Back with the same friends, but you can see two of them again, and we'll be able to see them when I switch back and forth between cameras, I hope. See, watch. When I switch to a different thing on my screen, they stay in the foreground. And it works. And you can still see, like, if somebody rolls dice. Somebody roll dice for me.
I'm on it. I just deleted a hotkey. Never mind.
Oh no, I'm on it.
See, you can see the dice, and they're still moving at the same time. It was a critical fail. Good job.
Oh
my
yeah.
Good start. God damn it.
I mean,
Again,
we learned
the
yesterday
first
that
row.
starting with a crit fail is how to go.
But yeah, get it out of the way before we're actually playing this time.
I saved you guys, just don't worry about it.
But
Thank goodness.
yeah, just as a recap from last time, then we got, and I keep forgetting that my camera's flipped, so my right is left. Far left, we got on the end, we got Seamus McBride, played by Hemal. Hello, Hemal.
Yes, bye.
Next to him, we've got Stan Dursley, played by Evan.
Hello, thank you.
And we got Joseph Murphy, played by Danny, aka Danny Chaos. Hello, Danny.
I'm just tired and want to go home, guys.
Is that in character or what?
In character, no, I'm very excited to be here.
And then at the far end there, we got Peter Kane, played by Alex.
Ohio, Peter.
All right, what's your character voice? Sorry, same joke twice. Not as good the second time. Either way, anyway, yeah, we're back. Just to recap from last time, we started with these four arriving, you know, kind of staggered to a warehouse to meet with their boss, Declan McBride, and he had a job for them. As they walked in, they saw a man that was getting loaded into the back of a car, some crates full of whiskey bottles. Their boss was cleaning up when they walked in and told them that they were to go to a little town called Blackwater Creek and figure out what's going on. A competitor in the whiskey business was surpassing your gang's sales and getting more of a market hold on the area. So he was asking you to go to this place to figure out what's going on. He gave you the name of the Carmody brothers, who are currently the ones in charge of this portion for a man named Waylon is the boss. You all tasted a couple of you tasted the whiskey and found that it's okay, but it's nothing special. I believe Joseph and Seamus were the ones that tested it so far. You went to a man named Sean O'Connor, who was another associate of Wayland's, to get some information before you left. There's some weird stuff about him. He was allegedly bringing food to his mother when you were there talking to him, and you realized that there weren't any images around his house of him with a mom. That kind of seemed weird to you, but you didn't really get any evidence one way or the other if he was lying to you or not. After that, you all packed up and headed to Blackwater Creek. On the way there, Seamus and Stan started feeling a weird vibration and hearing this like drum beat noise. And you got within sight of the Miskatonic River. When you stopped to look to see what's going on, a man came and stopped by, apparently a vet, to see if you needed any help with anything. Peter looked in his car, didn't see anything out of the ordinary for a vet to have, but there was some weird like black residue on some of his instruments. When you got to town, you split up a little bit. Seamus and Joseph talked to the kids. Peter went to the church, and Stan was just kind of looking around, getting a general lay of the area. The kids wanted some alcohol, and you ended up giving them some after you saw that they had very diseased looking mouths with weird weird sores and just a very sickly looking appearance. Stan kind of looked around, didn't see anything out of the ordinary, just some kids running around, a couple people sitting out on their porches and just observing. And Peter went into the church, saw that it was very dusty and not very well kept. The pews were marked with weird stains. You did get information from a man that was sitting there also praying, and he told you a couple places between the four of you. You learned that there was Miss Hawkins, that lives in town, that is a God-fearing woman that Peter would get along with well, that she might give you a place to stay, and also that the Jarvie family tend to take in outsiders when they come to the town. If you need somewhere to stay, he would have told you that their farm, you can see it on the map, is to the north of Blackwater Creek. And you also heard a name, Peter, that you had known before in Sproulston, Mr. Sproulston, and excitedly you went and told your friends and wanted to see what you assumed was a relative of this person that you knew from your hometown of Arkham. But instead, you ran into the man himself, and Dick Sproulston was sitting on his porch and greeted you as you came up to the town and seemed surprised to see you there. And that was where we left off. Does anybody else have anything to add or any questions before we jump back in?
Nope. I think you covered it super well.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I was looking over my notes while you covered it to make sure I didn't miss anything.
All right, then we should be good to go. So, yeah, as you walk up to the porch, you see a man, and I can show you a picture of him. I don't think this is one of them, but like, I have a picture of the children as well, but for some reason, the pictures of them look a lot grosser than they actually are. Like I mentioned, they have the sores and stuff in their mouth. Other than that, they look normal. These pictures make them look like monsters. I will show you a picture of the kids just to show you what I'm talking about. Just know that they
Maybe
don't
depending how
look
we
like...
do things, they start to look worse.
Well, but this is the picture that's supposed to be like the introduction for them.
Oh, yeah.
They don't look like gremlins like that. They look like kids that are like, you know, not very well kept. They're probably dirty, just like country kids with the sores and stuff in their mouths. So I'm not going to show you maybe all of the pictures I have because a lot of them are like this. It's just very dramatized. But, you know, those are kind of what the kids' general appearances look like. And then
it's proper creepy.
Dick Sproulston. I thought I had a picture of him sitting out on his... Oh yeah. This one's labeled. I have this labeled wrong because I figured out after the fact who this was actually supposed to be. But there is Dick Sproulston. Just an old guy, kind of wiry hair, probably in his early 60s. Had kind of a serious, like, curious look upon his face at the 3 or 4 of you walking around. But as soon as he recognized Peter, this like old man grin kind of crept up on his face. Oh, Peter Kane. Nice to see you, boy. I'm not expecting to see you out here. And when you approach him, you see he's sitting outside on the porch of his shack in a rocking chair. He's got a tin cup with some drink in it that he's sipping on, and you see a rifle kind of propped up against the side of his chair. But he's just sitting on the front porch looking out and observing what's going on, watching the kids. Probably was watching you all while you were walking around as strangers in his town.
Do we notice any weird sores in his mouth?
Make a spot hidden check.
Oh. Let's not critically fail this time.
Nope.
Just a normal.
Just a regular fail.
You can use luck.
You could use luck. At the moment, you don't notice he's kind of got that grin, and he has like he doesn't really show his teeth or anything at this point so much. So it's kind of hard to get a good look at his face. He didn't do like a full mouth smile. It was just a little side grin.
Yeah.
So you can't tell.
Mr. Prousted father, sir, what are you doing here? You got me to the cop visit, that you just kind of like left me.
Oh well, Peter. This is where I came from. This is my home. I lived in Arkham for a few years, but you know, getting older, and I wanted to come back home to where I grew up, and this is where I wanted to live out the rest of my life. I retired from Arkham Police, and yeah, this is where I ended back up. And what are you doing out here in this little town?
Well, I can say with complete confidence that I've become the cop that you've always wanted me to be.
Well, that's good to hear, boy. What are you doing out here? What would you like to introduce me to your friends?
Oh yeah, this is my friend Joe.
Hello, sir. It's nice to meet you. I feel like Joe side-eyes him a little bit. He's like, I don't know if we're on a nickname basis yet, but he doesn't say anything about it.
This is my good idea. Like pat you on the back way too hard.
Kind of like, oh.
Joe, nice to meet your son. And he looks at the other two, waiting for you to.
Hi, I'm Stan Dursley.
Mr. Dursley.
And I'll extend a hand to shake it.
He'll shake it. He's, you know, an older man, but he's still got a pretty good grip. He seems to be pretty healthy for his age.
Quaint town you've got here, sir. Happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. And who are you, old man?
Who you calling old? I'm right and spry these days. Thanks, Seamus.
Oh, Seamus, nice to meet you. Well, thank you for the introduction. So, Peter, what are you doing here?
We're just looking for like a place to stay, or maybe like get a drink, maybe, or I don't know, Father. We've been out here for like so long. Could you tell us, like, is there maybe like a place that we could stay the night? A good godly place?
Well, here, let me do this. I can help you with half of that at least. Come on inside, sit down. I'll get you a drink, and we can figure out what you need.
Thank you.
Oh, hell yeah. We finally get a break.
So yeah, he'll lead you inside his home. You see, the larger part of this house is, makes up is a living room. So he kind of sits you down in there. There's an old like couch with a bunch of holes in the upholstering. It's not really well kept, but it seems like it's broken in nicely. Sort of the shape of a person sitting on one side. Seems like they sat there for a long time. There is a large wooden table, like a dining table. Some hunting trophies on the wall. You see like a mounted deer head and a nice rack that the rifle that he uses probably sits on. And he kind of sits you down. He goes into the kitchen. You hear some clanking of like cups and china, and he brings in a couple cups. Well, I got some of this here whiskey. Is everybody drinking today?
I'll just take some water if that's okay, sir. Thank you.
Sure. We got water.
That's a trick
martinis
question.
with some-
I will not be having any.
Oh yeah, you're not in church, Peter. I remember you telling us that's the only proper place.
It's my only rule. It's like my only rule.
Luckily, I do not have such a rule. I will take a glass. Thank you very much.
Sure. And Seamus, what was your response?
I asked him if he liked martinis.
Okay. If I say I know what that is.
You stay right there. I'll come where you're two, and I'll pull out my own. Start pouring.
Well, I'll trade you one for one. Actually, no. He'd probably be like, "Oh no, I'm good with mine. I got my favorites."
Hi. Me too. Nose.
So it's just gonna be
I guess just Joe
Joseph.
and
Okay. He will give water to Stan and Peter, and then
I'm
he
really
will give
nervous about the roll I'm probably gonna have to make.
and he will give some whiskey to Joe. And yeah, so you all sit down and drink a little bit. So you said you were looking for somewhere to stay. Well, I can give you a recommendation. We don't really have much in that way in town here. Not really set up for that for visitors. The Jarvies have a bed or two open that they usually lend out when outsiders come to visit. Probably have some nice pair up there. They will treat you kindly. How long are you looking to stay for?
Oh, just probably
one
the night.
Yeah. We'll be back on our way tomorrow, hopefully.
All right. What are you looking for up here? Maybe I can help point you in the right direction.
I feel like Joseph's gonna like look at Stan because he's not used to being out in the field and he needs to like not sure what their cover is supposed to be, so he's kind of gonna stare at Stan.
I need an adult.
I throw up my hand and I go, guys, I got this.
Okay.
Mr. Sprouston, since I've become one of the higher ups in the police biz, they've actually tasked me with trying to come down on some people running a local business around these parts, and these are my associates to help me investigate.
Oh, all right. Well, who are you up here
I turn
for?
around and I wink at my whole party.
Sure. There will be a role for this coming soon. I just want to hear a little bit more. Who are you here looking for then?
I believe they go under the name the Carmody Brothers.
Oh, you're up here for those two. All right. Well, give me a deception roll.
Oof.
Or I guess fast talk is deception, right? There's not an actual deception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do I get that one? Where would that be under?
It's
Oh, I
under
see.
your
Oh no.
crazy electrical repair score. Well, that's pretty close.
Oh, I could use luck. I could use luck.
You could use some
You
luck.
can use luck.
That'd be cool. I got some. Oh yeah, I'm young. I have luck. I'll
Yeah.
use 11 luck.
True. You just start with extra luck for being young.
64. All right, I'll use my luck.
Okay. If you click the roll, there's a button that will automatically deduct it from your character sheet,
Oh.
and it'll set it as a pass.
There you go. And I'll just add that back now.
Okay. So when you say that you're high up in the department, you can tell he doesn't necessarily believe that, but he humors you enough that like you're out on your own assignment. At least he seems to believe. Oh well, them Comedy Brothers are pretty nasty fellas. What are you planning on doing with them? They can be a little ornery if you're on the wrong side of them. They don't seem to like the law.
Compromise here.
Oh, we're not here to make enemies. We're just here to ask him some questions, so.
All right, well, their farm's right up there next to the Jarvis, so if you're staying up there, maybe they can be your next stop and come the morning. I doubt you'd want to go up there at this hour. Probably wouldn't treat you too
I
well.
don't think they'd appreciate visitors this late at night.
I agree.
Yeah, they'd likely think you were coming to do something ungodly.
Amen.
Sorry, Billy, what was this man's name?
Dick Sprouston.
Dick Sprouston.
Sprouston. Mr. Sprouston, sir. I know we're new here and you don't know me particularly very well, but is there any chance you'd be able to introduce us to the Carmody Brothers? We would like to do everything with an air of civility here.
Well, you can imagine me acting. I mean, I heard you call me father. I guess you've heard that I'm the default preacher of this town right now. Not really been ordained or anything like that. I just kind of fell into the position. But seeing my history, I'm also the sheriff of the town. And them boys don't really like messing with the sheriff too much, if you can imagine.
Understandable. Is there anybody that you know of that could introduce us? We want all niceties here.
They kind of stay separate from most of the town. Give me a persuade or a charm.
Haha! I don't think either of those are very good. Where the hell is persuade? Persuade's not terrible.
Hey.
29? Okay.
Got it.
Well, Baxter from the general store on the south of town, he deals with them on occasion, gets some of their crops that they grow. They have, some overgrow that they sell off to him. He might have the best relationship with people in town. Maybe you go talk to him. Shop's closed right now, you can imagine. In the morning he'll open back up. He might be able to get you connected with them Carmody boys.
You said Mr. Baxter?
Yes, that's correct. His name is Nathaniel Baxter.
All right, thank you very much.
He's a little rough around the edges. It may take some convincing to get him to close the shop for a little while to take you up there, but he's well enough if you get on his good side.
All right, I appreciate all of the knowledge.
Nothing us cops can't do, am I right, sir?
Absolutely, son. Can I have Stan and Peter make a... Hold on. Let me remind myself what the roll is for this. A con roll. And can I have Joseph make a hard con roll, please?
Oh boy.
Can you tell me where that is?
Actually, no. I think it's hard for everybody.
Can you still tell me where that is?
You hit
It's like
Constitution.
It's your main,
yeah, it's not...
main skills.
I thought it was con as in fool people. I need you to know that.
Ah, no. Incorrect. It's hard for all three of you, yeah.
Okay.
Great. Great. So... Oh, let's... Yeah, okay.
I was worried about this check.
Yeah.
Joseph would have taken the drink.
I
Yeah.
don't like that.
That's fair. Yeah, okay. So for now, he tells you what you were asking for. Yeah, so go talk to Bash. His store opens around 7 in the morning. He, kind of fluctuates depending on what kind of night he's had. Any other questions I can answer for you? Anything I can get you prepped for? Like I said, I hold a couple.
We take a lolly back up to that Jarvie farm. They're gonna come out shooting.
Oh no. The Jarvies are kindly people. They're not unarmed, but they don't come out swinging. They'll protected. They got some farmhands up there that usually help if things get heated, but it doesn't happen often. Like I said, they take an outsiders on occasion. If you get up there soon, Mrs. Jarvie might actually have a meal cooking that they can let you in on.
All right, bye, Father.
It was a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yes, thank you for all your help.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to Blackwater Creek.
As we walk out, I'm gonna convene with everyone and be like, so it sounds like we have 2 beds at Jarvie Farm and then 1 bed with Widow Hawkins. And since Peter's the only religious one of us, unless I'm mistaken, it'd probably be best for Peter to stay with Widow Hawkins. So, who's taking the floor? Somewhere. Because we have 3 beds and 4 of us. Or who's sleeping in the car? I could volunteer to sleep in the car. I've done many a late night, staking out houses, taking photos, but...
Honestly, I don't think Peter can fit in any beds, so I can take the floor. I'm cool with that, honestly.
I'll stay in the car. That's fine. But I'll meet you guys at 6:30 a.m.
Well, you can also there's a road
first at the Jarvie Farm, but I'm just thinking ahead here for tonight for sleeping arrangements. But if we're lucky, we might all be able to get fed tonight with the Jarvies, and then split off from there.
And there is a dirt road that leads up to the Jarvies, so you can drive the car up to their house. It's not like a walk that you have to make.
Yeah, I'll drive us up there, and then if I need to, I can crash in the car. Not crash the car, but stay in it.
Someone can always share a bed with Seamus.
No, I'll be on the floor. That's okay.
I like it there. Alright, so we're heading to Jarvie Farm.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
Let's go get some food.
Hey, let's
Hell yeah.
go.
Hopefully it's not tainted with anything mysterious.
Oh yeah, and that's the point. When you drank the whiskey, it tasted the same as what you had at McBride's.
Did the water taste funny?
The water did have a bit of a tang to it. Yes, it did not taste like fresh water.
Okay.
Okay.
We gotta start only drinking Seamus' stash, is what I'm hearing. His booze is the only thing safe.
Hey, how many you brought? You said like 4 of those, right, Hemal?
4, yep.
How much did you?
My God.
You went through like one of them on the drive up here, didn't you?
Probably.
Okay. How much did you drink when you were just inside with Sprouston?
Probably not that much. Just,
Okay.
like
You're
a
just
glass,
chatting.
same as everybody else.
Okay.
How much on your way up to the Harvey farm, though?
Finish the rest of that.
It's a good question. I ain't driving.
I don't think that matters.
Yes, the 1920s.
That's a very good
one.
I mean, Peter's 18, so.
I'll just be in the passenger seat.
And this man who is the preacher and an ex-sheriff offered him a drink. So.
This is the time where heroin was medicine.
Yeah. It's also prohibition,
It
and
is
the
also
sheriff was offering a drink.
prohibition,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
That's double
I
true.
forgot why we're doing this. It is prohibition.
yeah.
There's cocaine in my Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
yeah. But so you all jump back in the car, head up to the Jarvie farm. I'm not exactly sure what the scale of this map is, so I'm gonna say it takes like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get to the Jarvie farm from Blackwater Creek. It's all dirt roads. As you head up, let me just double check here because there's some. Yeah, so the road on the way up here, it's fully dirt road. It is pretty bumpy and potholes everywhere and not very nice to drive on. But you know, you can go slow enough. You got a pretty decent car, so you're able to get up there without much incident. And as you drive up, you see this is a wheat farm, I believe.
They're growing wheat.
Yes, I believe that is the case. Yes. A modest wheat field that borders on the cornfield of the Carmody farm. And there's also a large pasture that you notice as well. Can somebody, well, I'll say, yeah, we'll make it a group thing. Make a
Oh dear.
What is this gonna be? Natural world? Yeah. Make a group natural world check. So just one person has, only one person has to succeed.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Easy.
Oh,
There it is.
Easy. Yeah, no. I'm
Wow,
not
a
rolling.
4 on a 10%.
That was amazing. Oh my god, you were so close too.
what
Excuse
luck
me,
do
Neil.
I have?
Oh, you got a 9 or a
Oh my
7.
God.
That looks like a 9.
I'm not even. Should I roll?
Go for it. Go for it.
Get a 1.
Where is this under again?
It's natural world.
To the right, it's near
I see
occult.
it.
They're alphabetized. That's also
They're
not a terrible
alphabetized.
roll.
It's not horrible.
Dude.
Wow, 2 passes and all of you have 10%, and you got 2 people that succeeded on that.
That's crazy.
Joseph got a hard success. So,
Oh, yeah.
I will say for Joseph, as you're looking out, you see the Carmody farm, butted up against the side of the wheat farm for the Jarvies. And looking at that corn is tall. Like some of those stalks of corn are like 10 plus feet high. And that is not normal.
At all.
No. That's insane. Whatever they're using to like manure or whatever to grow their crops is doing something to it.
Yeah.
Boys, I've done quite a bit of driving around these parts. You know, my wife's from the area, and I can tell you I've never seen corn that tall, ever in my life.
I can't even see over it.
Must be a
What
first
are they
time for
putting
you,
in
huh?
their water here? Maybe that's what whatever they're doing to the corn, they're doing to their beer? Or to their whiskey to make it so appealing?
It's gotta
I
be
drink
related.
5 glasses of milk a day, and that's how I got it. Like maybe it's a similar kind of
They
thing.
They're
pouring
looking
5
their
glasses
corn.
of milk a day on their corn.
The corn eats its vegetables.
I wouldn't just dismiss it like that.
You know what? You're right, Peter. I'm being a little too harsh on.
I'm the copier, so.
Yeah, you know.
Planted 3 hogs back in Newfoundland. You leave them that field for a day, they'd be starved.
Yeah.
Feel
There's-
like Joseph just looks at him like I have no idea what you're saying.
I think I parsed it out. He's saying that he had a bunch of hogs back home, and if they had that corn, they'd be they'd be full up.
You're learning the language.
Which is, I don't know if that's
No.
scary or not. I'm learning to translate for Hemal.
You've had your save potion set up, and I'll have mine. You're a rascal.
Let's see. Yeah, so aside from that, you turn on in the into the wheat fields, past the pasture of the Jarvie farm, and head up to the main area. I will show you a map and then also let you know what's going on when you get here. The Jarvie farm. And Dick would have kind of told you what their farm is sort of all about. He also would have told you about the Carmody farm, I think, as well. Oh, I think I just showed you the wrong thing. Hold on.
We're in Ipswich.
Jarvie
Ipswich
farm. There we go.
Oh my god, Arkham's a real place. I thought he was just Batman.
No, Arkham is not a real place. Many of the places on that Massachusetts map are not real.
It's Lovecraft
still on the map.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still on the map, you know? That's,
Yeah, it's a staple location for Call of Cthulhu, for Lovecraftian stuff. Honestly,
Okay.
the Lovecraft Arkham probably came before the DC Arkham,
It probably did.
because we're playing 7th edition of Call of Cthulhu, so this game's been around for a long time, and Lovecraft has been around for even longer than that.
Oh yeah.
So,
Mhm.
either way, this is the Jarvie farm. I will also share with you, because when you were asking about it, Sprouston would have given you a little bit of information about the Carmodys as well. I forgot to give you that part too, but I can show you. He would have told you what the layout of the Carmody farm was for when you show up.
Hell yeah.
Short of being able to bring you there himself, he would at least tell you what to expect. So you can see this. They have the main barn in the front is used as the distillery. They have a shed for storing the whiskey. They have a horse stable for the farm work. The main farmhouse, a garage where they keep like a truck. They have a silo in the back. And then he would also have told you that they keep 3 farmhands on duty that kind of take shifts to help protect, and they have weapons. All of them have weapons with them when they're on duty. So he would have warned you about that when he was telling you, like, probably don't want to go up there as a policeman, and you know why he kind of stays farther removed from them. But as far as the Jarvies are concerned, you pull up and you see you know, the general layout that's on this map here. A farmhouse, they have a couple sheds, a few barns, field for the pigs, the wheat fields off to the left. And when you come up, the bonfire area there is currently lit. And as you arrive, you see an older man. How old is he? Let's see. Do I have a thing for him? No, I don't have a thing for him with his age. We'll just say an older man, probably around the same age as Sprouston. Do I have a picture here for him? I don't. Okay. Oh, I do. So these are... Well, he's probably a little bit older than Sprouston. They are the Jarvies.
Oh, they look lovely.
Yeah, so,
They
you know...
look less scary than everyone else we've met.
Yes.
Definitely.
So, man, white hair, white beard, you know, sleeves pushed up as he's tending to this bonfire. And in the middle of the fire, and you actually can smell it as you come up upon them and, you know, maybe have the windows down, is a large carcass of a pig that he's burning in this bonfire. Make spot hidden rolls as you kind of, if you're paying any attention to this. I'll leave it up to you whether or not your character would be paying attention to this.
Absolutely.
I think I've fallen asleep in the time it took us to drive here.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. And Joseph, even with the boosted score, still not hitting any of those spot hidden.
I can't see shit.
That's fine. 2 people succeeded, so it wasn't necessary this time. Peter and Stan, you see, like you all, I mean, Seamus is asleep. The three of you notice the pig burning. The two of you looking at this, and you know, sometimes pigs have like the splotches of color on them to differentiate. They're not just like pure pink. This one has weird black pustules on it. It seems to be like infected in some way.
Okay.
He's just standing there kind of pushing it into the fire and burning it.
And they look like this, and just burning it, not roasting.
Correct. It looks like he's trying. It's not like on a spit or anything. It's just in the middle of the bonfire.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we should go up and introduce ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and as you draw closer, he's still tending to the fire to kind of look out at the car as it approaches. It is fully nighttime now, so it is dark. They do have, you know, some lanterns laying around. Obviously, the big bonfire is giving off a good amount of light.
Hello, sir. Are you Mr. Jarvie?
Yes, that'd be me. Welcome to our farm. Name's Malcolm.
My name's Joseph Murphy. We were sent here by Father Sprouston. He said you might be willing to give us a place to stay for the night. We're travelers just passing through here for the night, and it got a bit dark to keep traveling.
Oh yeah, well I can talk to my wife Edith. She's inside the house right now, but we can probably get you set up with something. We have a guest room with a bed. Don't have beds for the three, but we do have a hay barn that we usually let people sleep out in if they'd like. You can lay down a blanket or two, and it's comfortable enough if you're willing to sleep out there.
Oh, that'll work just nice for us. We were planning to maybe have to have a couple of us sleep in the car, so.
Oh no, I wouldn't imagine it. Don't want you sleeping in the car while we got so much space. Yeah,
Seamus
let me
lets out a large snore from the car.
Okay. Oh, so there's another one in there. Okay, so there's four of you. Yeah, we definitely don't have normal sleeping room for you, but yeah, we can set you up. One of you can take the bedroom, and then the others can stay out in the barn, or all of you can stay together if you'd like. Let me
just
go.
A safe place to spend the night is all we're looking for. We really appreciate it.
Sure. Let me do any of you mind tending the fire here for me?
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Why are you burning this pig here?
Oh well, some of our livestock recently has been unwell, and we're trying to make sure that if it's some sort of infection that it's not spreading to the other animals.
Yeah, I'm a reporter back home, and I remember covering a couple stories on spread of diseases in livestock, and yeah, burning them is usually one of the best ways to prevent that spread. It's unfortunate your livestock's taken ill.
Yeah, we had a vet down here earlier, and he looked at him and said that there was nothing he knew to do for him. So the best thing was just to, unfortunately, they're not good for eating. So.
Oh, was that? Hold on, I have his name here. John Merritt.
Yeah, John. Yeah, he was down here earlier today.
We met him on the road up here.
Oh, small world for a couple out of towners running into him. Yeah, he was down here checking on our animals.
Proper fellow.
Yeah, definitely. He's keeps them nice and healthy for the most part. Some of them there's nothing you can do about, which is a shame, but you know, for the most part they're good. We got some horses and some other cows and old Brutus that he takes care of, real nice. But yeah, if one of you wouldn't mind tending to the fire here for me, I'll go in and talk to Edith and see if she can throw down a couple more plates for supper.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm happy to stay and watch the fire.
All right, so yeah, he hands you the stick that he was using to prod this.
Yeah, I'll prod at that fire.
And he'll head inside. Is there anything you all would like to do aside from snore some more while He goes inside and talks to his wife.
We're over here at the bonfire.
Mm-hmm.
How reasonable is it for me to walk over to the chicken coop and look at them chickens?
Oh, well, that's pretty reasonable.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Sure. Joseph, Peter, and Seamus, if you would like to be awake at this point.
I was actually gonna ask if we see any more animals, I guess, other than the chicken coop.
Yeah, the chicken coop is probably your best bet.
I want to know who Old Pete is. I'm just looking at this map.
I mean, you can go knock on the door if you'd like. I said horses. They don't have horses. It's cattle and pigs.
I will be right back.
Okay. Would you like to go talk to Old Pete?
I mean, I'm tending the fire.
True. Okay.
I'll go over to the chicken coop with Stan, I guess.
So you're gonna go with Stan.
I'll
Then
go over to the fire with her.
We're gonna have a little bonfire.
all right. I mean, aside from the pig looking bad, it still smells pretty good cooking on the fire here.
Gonna be hungry for dinner.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I'm glad we're not eating the diseased pigs. That makes me feel better about staying here. That they're burning.
Hey, you're burn a pig on my farm like this. You're rather squat it. Put it in the ground before it infects the others. Put it in the air.
See, around these parts, it's always been common to burn the diseased animals. I might
Hey,
have
go
to
up,
write
you
that
from
down.
the ground and
Like
freeze
Joseph
it out for
starts
you.
writing in his notepad, like, oh, burying them instead. Like, you mean like bury them like people?
Hey, the ground will freeze them out for you.
Oh. You know, you might have some wisdom, Seamus. I might have to credit you there.
Petey? Joey? Knows, Joey knows.
God, I feel like Joseph doesn't even get mad that he calls him Joey because he just finds Seamus so amusing. Like, he gets so bitter when anyone calls him Joey, but he's like, for Seamus, it's alright. He's allowed.
It's a price to pay for the entertainment.
Yeah, he finds
Who would have a
so
soft spot for
amusing.
Seamus?
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't know what he's saying half the time, but he doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that's
almost half the
part of the
fun.
charm. Yeah. Chicken coop. Peter and Stan, you can make spot hidden rolls as you go to check on the chicken coop. I will say, actually, Seamus and Joe Stiff make spot hidden rolls as well while you're kind of
Hell yeah.
tending the
While we're
fire here.
chilling.
Look at all these successes today. Damn.
No.
I did that critical fail at the beginning, guys. I saved us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, I continue to not see shit. Apparently 45 wasn't enough. I need to
You're
pump it even more.
really focused on the fire. You're really focused on the fire.
I
Okay.
don't have any other stats I could steal from. This was the best I could do.
You know, makes sense. So the chicken boys, you go over and you look at the coop, and there's not a large amount of chickens in here. It seems like this might just be for them to have their own egg supply. You know, in this economy, eggs are like 5 cents an egg, so you gotta, you know, make them yourself.
Yeah, it's too expensive, you know, 5 cents a egg.
5 cents even
Can't
might be a
afford
little
that.
too much at this point. I don't even know, but
5 cents an egg is probably crazy
yeah,
expensive at this point.
probably like a cent, a
The
penny an egg.
economy's crashing.
But yeah, so this seems like just a personal, you know, chicken coop for them. You don't notice anything particularly wrong with any of these chickens. You don't see any of those black pustules on them. The eggs that you see look fine, so nothing notable there. Bonfire bros. Fire's burning. You're looking around, just kind of taking in the area. It is dark, so it is hard to see sort of the further off portions of the farm. You do notice a decent amount of cats and dogs walking around, just like stray animals. Seamus, you would see kind of peeking out of Old Pete's shack. You do see just a head kind of poke out and look in your direction, kind of size you guys up and not make any moves towards you or anything, just a curious gentleman.
Ellie, how about you park the tier rig handy, go grab my cabin tower outside, yeah?
What?
That's again, masterpiece.
I said go park the car and get my gun.
there's no way you said that.
I don't believe you. Can Joseph? Wait, no. What is? Would Joseph? Cause I got a skill in a second language. What did I put it in again?
Please say new fish because that would be
No, I
fucking
put it in
That'd be
Gaelic. Does
Oh,
my
Gaelic.
Gaelic help me at all with understanding that?
Maybe, I don't know.
Like,
No,
same
probably
vein.
not.
It feels like it kind of is though.
I don't know. They remind me.
No, Cabot Tower is a historical landmark in Newfoundland, and that's what he's named his gun. So, that's. It
I
has-
feel like
there you
Joseph's just gonna look at him with a blank stare, and he's just gonna be like, "Come again," because there's no way he would have understood that.
Get my gun.
You see that guy eyeing you up?
I don't know if it's the best plan to really be carrying a gun with the people that are housing us for the night. Do you see a threat, Seamus?
I'd rather have it with me than in the car.
I'd rather we not piss off the people housing us, but
That's
Oh.
Have you ever
fair.
thought about becoming a cop?
I feel like Joseph will hand Seamus the stick and be like, "You tend the fire quick." And then he's, instead of walking to the car, he's gonna walk to Stan. I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
"Hey, Seamus wants his gun. Do I refuse or do I just give it to him?" Oh, you're muted.
I'm muted.
Damn it. Yeah, I said give it to him without any bullets.
Smart man. And so Joseph goes, grabs his gun, unloads it, takes the bullets out, brings it back, and hands it to Seamus.
Okay.
He takes it and begins prodding the fire with it like it's a stick, like it's another stick you just handed him.
I'm so thankful we took the bullets out of that.
And this is why Joe went to Stan first. He's learned that's the only one he can trust here with any kind of like adult decision making.
And just as a point, the gun is a bolt action rifle. Just for,
Yeah, it's not
visualization
easy to hide.
purposes. Yeah.
I feel like Joseph, because Seamus asked for the gun and that kind of put him on edge that he wanted it for some reason, kept one bullet in his pocket.
Okay, just
Just
for
in
safety.
case.
Sure. Yeah.
So we can give it to Seamus if they end up needing it.
Seamus, make an appraise roll. I think I like appraise for this. It seems fitting for you at least.
Oh,
Oh my
Gun
God.
seems light.
I'm pretty sure Seamus is so tired that he thinks it's a stick. So
Okay.
it doesn't matter to him right now.
But this stick's real light.
He'll notice in the morning and be
Yeah, figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
I think he's forgotten probably already too.
Probably
Yeah,
forgot
so
about the head sticking out too.
Now that we're kind of closer to it, can Peter see anything weird in like the wheat fields too? Now that we're not, I guess, just driving by it, is there anything else that seems just like out of the ordinary in there, other than them being really tall?
The wheat
Fucking
field, the
cryptids
wheat fields look normal height right now. It was the cornfield that looked
Oh, the cornfield.
super
okay.
tall. The wheat fields don't look out of the ordinary.
Like, at all?
No.
And do any of the stray animals also walking around here look out of the ordinary?
Not that you can tell. I mean, it is dark, so a lot of them are kind of in the darkness, so you don't get a super good look at them, but they look, I mean, they're walking around normally and stuff.
Hopefully it means
Okay.
this food is safe.
Mm-hmm.
One final question about the environment.
Give it to me.
Do we still have that acrid, fruity smell in the air?
Yes,
Yes, it's still
Yes.
here? Okay.
absolutely.
Right next to the Carmody Brothers farm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anything,
got a
it's
sneaking
probably stronger
suspicion.
here. It's probably a little bit stronger, yeah.
Oh, and do you guys still hear the thumping or that kind of like
That
moan
has-
drum beat or something like that?
That
or is
has sort of faded.
Oh.
Really?
I mean, again, it's sort of like I mentioned before, where when you're not thinking about it, it sort of just moves to the back of your mind, and it's almost always prevalent, or not, it's always present, but unless you really focus on it, you're not really hearing it anymore. Like as soon as Peter mentions it, you can start hearing it again. But
Okay.
other than that, it was sort of a forgotten like background sound. But after, you know, you all do what you wanted to do out here, a few minutes, Mr. Jarvie comes out. Malcolm. All right, well, I done talked to my wife, and she's got a couple extra plates out. She had some extra supper cooking, and is gonna be making up a few extra plates for you. It should be done fairly soon. Take a little bit longer to get a couple extra portions ready, but it'll be good and ready to go.
And I'm sure we can probably pay you for feeding us. And Joseph kind of looks at Stan.
Absolutely.
Oh,
We understand we're taking food from your table, but we really appreciate the home cooked meal.
oh, thank you kindly. Wouldn't normally ask for it from guests, but if you're willing to, that, I mean,
Happily, sir.
it's much appreciated. Thank you.
I fire up a scarf. I'm gut-founded.
He's having a good time.
Oh, yeah, Stan's just translating for him now.
I want to see. I'm gonna roll to see if he understands you. To see if he understands you at all.
Yeah, I hope he knows. He better know.
Oh, he got a 45. I don't think that's enough. He might, like, if he rolled maybe like a 20 or better, it probably would have been like he's been around people enough to maybe pick up on it, but I don't think 45 is good. So he just kind of, well, like I said, dinner will be ready in just a little bit. If you want to head into the house, meet my wife. She'll get you set up for supper. It'll be you all, me, my son, and a couple of our farm hands around here. And it'll be a nice big family dinner.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir.
I feel like Joseph's ready to head in, unless anyone else is gonna try and poke
Yeah.
around before he walks
I'm
in.
good to go.
No, absolutely ready to head in.
Get a meal that hopefully doesn't make us turn into monsters. Fingers crossed.
Monsters? Who's monsters?
Yeah, monsters aren't real, man. Joseph doesn't believe in the occult. It's all hogwash.
Oh, Stan does.
Stan's a believer.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, he doesn't seem like the kind of man that would be, so that's surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a practicing magician.
Ah, I see.
How do you
It hasn't
know
become
anything
relevant to the
about
story
you.
yet.
to accountant?
I hope it does.
I see
cannot wait
that
to hear
connection
the
very
backstory.
clearly.
One of his great passions is card tricks as well as money tricks.
You know what? You know how to distract the viewer so that you can move things around.
Big wink.
I get the connection.
Also, just a little more description of Malcolm. I know I shared the picture, but just there's a description in here of him, so I can tell you. He's got he's sort of wiry looking, but you know, farm hands, built for farm work. Early 60s, so yeah, he is about the same age as Sproulston. He does have some white hair on his head, but for the most part, bald with you know, the thin white hair kind of blown around in the breeze when you all are outside. He's got a flannel shirt with overalls and work boots, heavy work boots. And when he's looking at you and like looking around, you see kind of a squint as he's kind of getting reads on everybody. But yeah, he seems overall fairly friendly, maybe a little rough to some newcomers, but he's offered quite a lot of accommodations for you all, so friendly enough. And as you head inside,
I'll leave the gun leaning up against the door near the porch.
okay,
Or on the porch.
sure, for the house. All right, cool. And he does sort of, you know, take a look at the gun when he comes up, but he doesn't say anything. It seems not unusual for people to be armed. just in general. I'm trying to see if there's a description for his wife. Oh yeah, here she is. She's first. So you all head into the house, and it smells very good. The food smells delicious. And you walk in and see a nice older woman, kind of grandmotherly, plump looking woman, wearing her hair up in a bun, white hair like her husband's. She's got an apron on, a couple splashes of, some juice from whatever she's cooking, or some gravy or something of that manner. Nice smile. You hear her kind of talking with someone as you walk in, and a laugh. And yeah, as you walk in, oh, hello there, everybody. Welcome. My husband told me that we had some visitors. My name is Edith. Welcome to our home.
Hello, Edith. My name is Stan Dursley. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Joseph Murphy. It is. We really appreciate you taking us into your home for the night.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's a pleasure having everybody, having more faces more mouths to feed, more stomachs to fill. It's my pleasure. And you, young man.
I'll tip my cap, responding.
Seamus, buddy.
Seamus, nice to be meeting you.
And I'm Peter. You must be godly people helping us like this.
Oh, we do like to do what we can in the name of the Lord. Absolutely. This is our son, Teddy. It's Theodore, Mom. Yes, Theodore. He's joining us for dinner. He works on the farm here with us too. And you see sort of a middle-aged man, also in good shape. Seems like he's been working on the farm for his whole life, probably as well. Sort of average height, brown hair, and yeah, he's sitting at the dining table. There's some plates set up. You see, how many of you are there? 4? There's 7 plates set at the table. And you smell the food cooking, and after a short amount of time, Edith brings out a nice big roast, some roast beef.
Pig roast?
No, not pig.
Okay.
It's beef. Mashed potatoes, peas and carrots, just a nice hearty meal. A couple other folks come in, 2 men and a woman come in and get plates and bring them elsewhere. And as they come in, she introduces them. I don't have names for them, but they are the farm hands on the farm that they employ, coming in for a nice meal between working on things. All right, everybody, sit on down. We'll have a nice meal, get to know each other a little bit. Like to have a nice talk with nice family dinner. So please sit down and enjoy yourselves.
Can Joseph look around and see if he finally succeeds in a spot hidden check?
Sure, what would you like to look for?
Just anything suspicious. He's just a naturally distrusting person.
Sure,
And
yeah.
any people that are willing to just take in randos, he's like, do they have an agenda here?
Sure, make a spot hidden roll.
Oh, no.
No.
Would you like to push it?
No, he's just enticed by the meal. He
Okay.
thinks it's they haven't had like a nice warm meal in a while.
Yeah, so you kind of start taking a hard look around, but then your stomach growls and you get kind of like a pie in the window in a cartoon where you just kind of get pulled to the table by the aroma of the food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you all sit down. So what brings you all here? My husband said that Mr. Sprouston sent you our way. He usually is the one that welcomes the guests as the sheriff. So we'll have to thank him for sending us more. We love providing for the strangers that come to visit. But
I'll
what
throw
brings
an
you here?
elbow into Petey, who's next to me, because he did so well last time.
You trust him?
Oh man, I feel like Peter can't focus on anything else other than the food in front of him
He's
probably
just
right now.
mowing down.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't even notice.
Sure.
Not at all. No.
Fair. then somebody else better do it because
Oh.
Seamus ain't.
Well, ma'am, we're in town we were visiting Father Sebastian. He's an old friend of Peter's, and we were saying hi, and we're on our
Oh,
way
very
somewhere
nice.
else, but we thought we'd swing through the town to visit him, and it got a bit later than we expected, so we didn't quite get to our next destination before we realized we need to find some place to sleep for the night.
Oh well, that's nice. Well, happy we can provide for you in your moment of need. Are you with that expedition that was here before?
Expedition? No. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, one of those professors from a university was here to with some of his students. I mean, this was a few months back. I guess we haven't seen him in quite some time, but they were here on some sort of dig.
Oh. On a dig, you say? Do you know which university they were from?
Malcolm, what? Arkham University Miskatonic University back there in Arkham. Yes, that's right. Dr. Rhodes, I believe, was the man's name that was in charge of it.
Joseph's face like lights up, and he looks like suddenly delighted. He's like, Dr. Rhodes was here. What was he looking for? He's an old friend of mine.
Oh,
He's a current friend of mine. I just visited him, 6 months back to have some drinks while I was in Arkham. But he's an amazing archaeologist. I always love chatting with him about that stuff. I don't quite understand it myself, but he always has interesting things to show me when I go to see him in Arkham.
yes, he seemed like a very well-learned man. He was very kind. Had a couple students with him at the time. I think they set up a camp down on the south side of the woods. Or no, sorry, their camp was on the northwestern side of the woods.
So up here.
What Henry could possibly have
Yes, up there.
to look for around here. I didn't know there was any sort of archaeology in these parts.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was looking for exactly, but he was here with like I said, some students from the university. His wife Abigail was with him as well. As I said, we haven't seen him in a while. I'm hoping they either found what they were looking for or made it back to the university, but we haven't heard from him. They stayed here in the guest room, actually. Him and his wife did, and students stayed in the barn where you all will be sleeping.
We'll have to maybe swing by that area on our way out of town and see if they're still. I know they usually camp around the site so they can work morning to dusk and get a lot of progress done, and maybe he'll still be in the area. If not, I'll have to ask him about it next time I see him in Arkham.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, like I said, he was a nice man. Tell him hello from us.
Yeah, what a small world it is.
And Malcolm, yeah, it's knowing Mr. Rhodes and you're running with the vet this morning. That's quite an interesting turn of events. But I mean, like you said, they stayed up in the bedroom. If you want to take a look up there, maybe there's some shred of what they were doing. Maybe you can find some trace of him up there that they left. But yeah, if there's anything else we can tell you about what you're here looking for, aside from now Mr. Rhodes and his people, we can help. Otherwise, we can get you set up for sleeping.
Seamus is bored with this conversation. So, what are the farmhands doing? Are they just eating? Are they eating at the same place? Or
No,
are
they
just
all
come
took
get
their
food and leave?
they took their food to go.
Okay, all right. Well, then Seamus will suffer.
We can always wander off somewhere.
I feel like Peter will kind of be in the same boat and just want to go to bed, probably.
Okay.
Now that he's eaten, he's probably in a coma.
That's fitting for Peter.
I will say
I
at this
guess-
point, I mean, Seamus was already feeling good as of this morning. The rest of you, though, you all feel good. Like, you all had kind of stiff muscles from the car rides up here, being in the car for, you know, a day and a half. That's kind of loosened up. You're all feeling pretty good right now.
After the meal, you're saying?
No, just in general.
Oh, okay.
Probably from the suspicious water and.
Yeah.
Alice,
I guess so.
Yeah, I suppose it's bedtime. Joseph is gonna want to go investigate the bedroom.
Sure.
But he'll kind of chat with everyone first. So are we planning to stick together tonight and all sleep in the barn, or does someone want the bedroom?
Having a bedroom.
Seamus wants it.
Seamus can have the bedroom. He's the old man of the group. I think he's earned it.
No hesitation.
I'll give it to him.
Well, come on, Seamus. I'm gonna look around quick before you go to bed there, see if Henry left anything behind that might be interesting, but you can have the bedroom tonight. Maybe you can help me see if you spot anything. You have a good eye, I've noticed.
Yes. Slammy.
Also, Peter,
on me.
Peter, just for the hell of it, make an education roll for me.
Oh, but you got it. That's
It's nothing important. It's just a small thing.
I cannot wait.
Oh, you almost just made it. That almost rolled to a 30. Okay, I was just rolling to see if you knew of Professor Rhodes, since you're also from Arkham. But
I just don't think I would have made it that far. So yeah, that seems right.
I mean, not that you would have had him, but just if he was a big enough name in the town that you would have known him. But
gotcha.
Someone says doctor and you zone out.
Yeah, I mean, they mentioned the university. They mentioned Miskatonic University. You're like, nah, I don't want to go to that place. You definitely know. All of you know that place, even those that are from Boston. If you're from the general area, you know of Miskatonic University. It's a very well-renowned university with a lot of, you know, esteemed professors and things like that.
Yeah, Henry's my homeboy. I'll be pissed if he's dead.
I feel like Peter heard the words Miskatonic University, and his brain invented the dial-up noise.
Yeah, no, totally.
I love that. Dial-up's not here yet, but your brain, it knew.
It knew.
All right, so is anybody else going with Joseph to investigate the bedroom?
No, I'm gonna go out and investigate the barn.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the barn because I'm ready for bed.
Make sure that that's not terrible.
Sure.
Or weird.
Sure.
Yeah, check to make sure we don't have to just pile on the floor of the bedroom instead.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Should I roll a spot hidden for the bedroom?
No, honestly, for this one, I'm not even gonna make you roll just because you're going to investigate the room. Seamus, you go up to the room. Are you looking around too, or are you just unpacking?
Unpacking. I'm hitting the bed.
Do you bring your gun up with you, or do you leave that outside?
I leave it outside. I'm got manners.
Okay.
Good thing it's unloaded.
So you go up, and Seamus is unpacking and stuff, and Joseph, you're looking around. It's a pretty small bedroom. It's got well, I guess that it does say the guest bedroom has 2 narrow beds, so there's actually a second bed up here. There's a ceramic wash bowl with a water jug on top of a dresser, a nice oak wardrobe, and then there's a nightstand between the beds with an oil lamp on it. There's not too much to look here. Like the main floor, there's no luggage or anything that was left behind. So you look behind the wardrobe, you look behind the dresser, and last you'll check behind the under the beds and behind the nightstand, and you see a crumpled up piece of paper behind the nightstand.
Oh well, I'm gonna read that shit.
Yeah, you pull that out, and you recognize Henry's handwriting. Let's see, where's this at? Handouts. Is it this one? I think. Yes.
What are you at, Joey?
Show players.
I found a note from Henry, I think.
Would you like to read this, Joseph, or do you want me to read it for the stream? It's up to you. It's a small little letter.
I'll have you read it.
Okay. So you see, a cardboard piece of paper. Like I said, there's some lines scratched out on it. It looks like it was a draft of some sort, and it's oh, also don't pay attention to the date. It's 1926, not 1928. So it's June 13th, 1926, and just as a note, it is currently. I have a timeline of events here. It is September 26th at this point, based on your travel times and stuff. It's September 26th, and this letter is dated June 13th. My dear McTavish, I wish I knew where to begin. It appears my suspicions were correct, and Blackwater Creek is indeed built upon the former site of Cade's Rest. I have discovered artifacts that give every indication of an early colonial settlement and remains of which. There is so much more here, though. And then crossed out is so much more than I hear my mother sometimes. I know her voice. She's dead, but I hear her, and that's crossed out. And then the next line, the cave is not just a myth. Cade tried to bury it, but she is there and she never died, also crossed out. I have procured some dynamite and I aim to open up the cave as soon as this damnable storm ends, and then crossed out. Even the wind sounds like her. She needs me. I must free her. God forgive me.
I feel like Joseph is gonna be pretty shook reading this because it sounds insane. Like seeing the crossed out stuff, and he's kind of like making out the words that are crossed out, and he's like, is Henry all right? And so now he's gonna want to go and investigate where he was last seen, like, ASAP.
Sure.
You getting on me,
But
boy?
he also knows he's being paid to do a job. So he's like, God, so right after we talk to the brothers, I'm gonna have to see if I can, like, convince the crew to make a detour and look for my friend. Because he's like, he doesn't want to piss off his boss, you know, he knows Declan is not gonna want to be kept waiting, and they've got a job to do, but he kind of doesn't give a fuck about Declan right now. He's like, my friend was here.
Sure.
And this sounds fucking insane.
Yeah, it definitely does look scratched out, like frantic, kind of madman writings. Absolutely is the kind of vibe you get from this.
See the consternated look on her face, his face, and I will say,
What are you at, me boy?
My friend, he left this note here, and it seems they found some sort of settlement nearby, and I'm not sure what was going on, but something was making him not right in the head. This letter is a little, and he kind of like gestures like he's lost for words and just hands him the note to look at himself.
read through the note very, very slowly.
I can read it again if you want me to.
Just even slower this time, but and also in a Newfie accent.
Okay, I can't do that part. Sorry.
He'll say,
Your friend's a bit nutted.
Well, he's normally quite calm and collected. This is
The
very
arse
much
is falling
not like
right
him.
out of her now.
I guess
I will say Joseph and Seamus can both make history checks if you would like.
Ooh, I'm decent at that.
You're also decent at spot hidden.
Yeah, you know, and yes.
history. Ooh, I am not.
How? You've lived it.
Nope. Well.
Yeah, well, it's a 5, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither of you have ever heard of Cade's Rest.
I want to point out that I've rolled an 88 on my spot hidden and now my history check.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You also rolled an 88 last time, I remember, because I made the comment about the critical fails thing, which
Yeah,
I believe
that was an
also...
87.
Oh no, Seamus rolled an 88 on a spot hidden last time. Never mind.
Ah.
they just the 10 spot likes those 8s. Needs to like the 3s a little more, I think, when I'm rolling spot hiddens.
Yeah, the only thing in here that kind of catches your eye that you kind of try to think about is Cade's Rest. Like he seems excited about finding this Cade's Rest, and that's not something you know of from history.
Like I have no idea what the fuck he's on about with that, but it sounds like he knows what's going on.
I'm stunned as a lump.
Well, I'm gonna go touch base with Stan. It seems there is a second bed in here, so I'll see if he wants to take it and see if maybe he knows what this Cade's Rest is and see if he can approve us making a little side or pit stop over by this Cade's Rest place after we're done with the brothers. Because I'd really like to go check on my friend when we're done here, but you know, I know we got a job to do. So I'll go talk to Stan quick, and you can hit the hay, so to say.
You guys are the ones hitting the hay.
Hey.
Hey.
Actually, the
Seamus
mattresses
will
are
not
probably
go to
like
sleep.
stuffed
they're also
with hay.
probably hay. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Seamus, by the time you're out the door, Joseph, Seamus is snoring.
Almost certainly, yes.
So, the boys going into the barn. You can make some checks here if you would like. Let me get back down to the barn and see what fun stuff is here for you to find. It's fine, totally fine. Don't worry about it. You can make spot hidden checks if you would like.
I feel diseased.
Maps. Where's my map with Jarvie 30?
I rolled a 40.
You can see everything.
I'm gonna be right back while these boys investigate the barn.
Oh, Peter's got a really good spot hidden. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I tried. I was like stupid, but he could see things well.
Yeah, you know something's out of place. You don't know why. You just know that it stands out.
I got this badge for exactly one reason.
Yeah, Eagle Eye Pete. That's what they call you.
That's what they call me. Yeah.
Old Pete is actually just you from the future. So you're walking up to the barn. This will encompass kind of the walk to the barn as well as what you find in there. You do see in the light from the farmhouse, there is like the pig shed, and you hear the pigs making noises. You see and overwhelming the smell of the sweet overripe fruit. You get the smell of just shit. As you walk by this large open area where it says open cesspit is just like where they dump all the pig manure. It's just a big hole in the ground. And then so you walk to the hay barn, and yeah, like I said, it's filled with hay. And other animal feeds for the chicken and the the cows. There's 2 levels. The upper level has like spare timber, a lot of which is just old rotted wood that's been up here for a while. There's spider webs all over the place in here. And you see as you leave the house, Edith does provide you with some pillows and blankets to use.
Thank you kindly, Edith.
Nice. Yeah, well, Peter finds the first big pile of hay and lays down in it.
Sure. As you walk in, you both feel, after like a minute or two of getting adjusted, you just feel like you're being watched at all times. And you both look around and you see this place does have like rats up in the rafters and some bugs that are like skittering around. And you just get this overwhelming feeling that you're not alone.
The thumping, is it more pronounced here?
No, still the same as when you focus on it, it's still the same steady rhythm.
Okay.
Stan, I actually don't know if we should sleep in here tonight. it's a little scary.
I understand that, Peter. I have a deck of tarot cards. Can I do a tarot reading?
You have a deck of tarot cards?
It was part of his magician
Now
phase.
that I know that you're a magician, that makes sense now, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll say you can do a reading. Your success level, it's going to be an occult check.
Yeah.
Your success level will determine how much information you get from your tarot reading. I don't know much about tarot, so I'll have to just tell you the general idea of what you intuit from this.
I don't know a lot about it either. It just seemed like a fun thing to do.
I like to think that Peter is like
Honestly,
shaking
I
his
know a
boots,
lot
and you're
about
just like,
tarot,
you've
but-
drawn a tower upside down.
You just roll death 6 times. There's, for some reason, 6 death cards in this deck.
Oh, I'm gonna push my luck.
You're gonna
I'll let
push
you-
your
I
luck.
like it.
Okay.
I use my
Let's
luck.
see. Is that, yeah. So yeah, there's either spending luck to get
Spending
the
luck.
roll down. Okay. All right. So you'll
Yeah.
get a mild success or a regular success.
Yeah. Just gonna get straight to the 35.
I also did just watch a James Bond movie last weekend that tarot played a really big part in that movie. So, you know, I learned a lot from that. All right. So what does this reading tell you? Because I mean, this is a world where like magic is real. So, you know, tarot does have, you know, its uses. Let's see. I don't even know.
Is that Live and Let Die?
Yes, it was.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. We're watching through all the James Bond movies, and we watched 3 of them last weekend, so I didn't remember which one it was. It was
Sorry,
we watched one of the George Lazenby ones, one of the last Sean Connery one, and then the first of the whoever the one after Sean Connery is. But yeah,
Roger Moore?
yes,
No,
Roger
that's
Moore.
before.
Nope.
Roger Moore?
Yes, you're right, Roger Moore.
Roger Moore's my favorite.
Let's see here. God, I don't even know like how to BS this.
I mean, if you tell the vibes, I can probably tell you which cards it would be.
The vibes are off. They're unsettling. And there's definitely something more going on here with this this whole whiskey business than just these boys getting lucky. There's something supernatural going on.
Whiskey.
God, I don't know tarot as well as I like know I'd almost say magician reversed for that one. Vibes being bad.
Stan, you get bad vibes from the cards.
Okay, like the rats are actually watching us. Sort of vibes.
I don't know if it's as specific as to that.
Just
Just
still going for vibes.
yeah, just
World
just
reversed, 100%. I'd do world reversed for the card.
there you go. That's what you see. And Stan, it's not as like zeroed in on your current location. It's sort of your general you know, what you're doing right now.
Okay.
The mission itself. Bad vibes. World reverse.
When worlds collide.
Does Joe rock up at this point?
Yeah, I'd
Is
say
it doing this
after
narrating?
them looking at the pig pit and then coming in here and settling down for a little bit, you probably pull down one of the pieces of timber to lay all the cards on, and yeah, Joseph will walk in as you finish up your reading.
Okay.
I feel like Joseph walked in and was like about to start talking to say his piece, and then just sees the tarot cards and stops and stares and just silently looks at them.
Judgingly or just like curious?
Just confused. He's like, this is the accountant adult man who like has been making all the responsible decisions on the way, and here he is doing like witchcraft.
Oh right, this is from a man who does not believe in
Seamus
that
not
stuff at
looking
all.
So bad.
Yeah.
So I
Seamus.
want to have a quick flourish of the hands and make the tarot deck disappear.
there it is. He made it relevant.
I'm imagining so much flair on it with like jazz hands at the end and everything.
Yeah.
But like a deadpan face, just
And then you just flick one more time, and the world returns to your hand. You're like, this is bad news, boys.
it's a holdover from past interests.
You know, we all have a past, Stan, so who am I to question yours? It's just not at all what I expected.
That's what my mom used to say. Anyways, the cards and the vibes were off.
Well, I came out to let you guys know that there is one more bed in the bedroom, but, you know, if this barn's a bit uncomfortable to spend the night in, we can all two of us can take the floor up there. It's a small bedroom, but there's enough ground space to...
Yeah, that I think is gonna be the right plan.
And,
it's fine, just go back inside and break Edith's heart. It's alright.
Just...
Fine, I'll pay her more money.
we got a lot of cash with us. I'm sure if we gave them like $1, they'd think that we were being overly generous.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But as we're walking up and I'm like helping them gather the blankets they brought out here to bring back inside instead, I'm kind of relay to them the letter I found and let them know. Be like, hey, Stan, I know we're here on business, but when we're done with that business, if we'd be able to swing by the spot where Henry was headed, I'd appreciate checking in on my friend, because he clearly, something wasn't right with him when he was here, and he hasn't, you know, written me back in a while, and I figured he's just busy. It's a field season for him, you know, he's usually out with his students, but...
I'll say, yeah, it's definitely more economical for us to just do it while we're here.
Sure. I will
So
say...
you can absolutely look at that.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at something here. Alex, how is your... Do you not have history on your sheet?
That makes sense.
I mean, I realize you probably wouldn't have points in it, but it doesn't even look like you have the skill listed on your sheet.
It should be under first aid, underneath firearms.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't got it.
He goes from...
You can put him in A to Z order if that'll help you.
It is already. His goes from
Yeah.
first aid to
Okay.
intimidate.
Oh, yeah. He just has no points in it. I think I did have to grab history as one of the, like, choices when you're clicking through things.
Oh, okay. Well, I will say Stan and Peter, if you want to, can make a history check to see if you know about Cade's Rest.
Yes,
I don't know what it would be.
absolutely do that.
What I don't
You know
know.
what, like the base would be, I guess.
It's probably
'Cause I guess you roll
5.
Something similar. Okay. Sure.
The base is absolutely 5.
Oh
and
shit! You rolled an 8.
Oh my
I'm
god.
pushing my
Oh,
luck.
you
Yeah,
rolled
I'm
a
pushing mine
6.
too.
You're paying luck
I guess so.
Holy shit!
I guess so. Why wouldn't I?
because he did, but that's fine.
Oh,
It's
they
one.
both know something about it.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
Stan.
insane, actually.
Unsurprised. I mean, maybe you don't know how much Stan knows about history, Joseph, but surprisingly, when you say Cage Rest, Peter has input as well about this. And maybe this is just like a bedtime story your mama used to tell you, Peter, or something about this place. But Cage Rest was an old settlement founded back in the mid to late 1600s by a man named Ezekiel Cade. He was a Quaker and had a small group of Quakers that accompanied him. Left Boston, made their way to the Miskatonic River Valley, which is where you guys are now, and stopped in the footlands outside of Dunwich, again, where you guys are now, and started a settlement. The settlement was said to have coexisted and traded with a local Native American tribe called the Sikiuk, which I believe is I looked it up. I don't think it's a real tribe name, but I will spell it for you here. It's SicaiOok, but I spelled it in the chat as well.
Thank you.
Or the Black Earth Tribe. is how they were known. The two groups coexisted for a while. The Sikiuk were shunned by other Native American tribes, which is why they went to, make deals with this group of Quakers, because their own people didn't want to deal with them. And let's see, you wouldn't know all that.
Do we know why they were shunned from the other Native American tribes?
I don't think you would. No.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't know much more detail about that, the existence of it. It is sort of an old wives' tale at this point. People think of it as a myth to some extent, because it just sort of vanished at one point. The settlement just disappeared and was not heard from ever again.
Ah, like the American Horror Story season.
I haven't watched the show,
That
but
Krakatoa?
Yeah, that one.
No, what is it? Croatoa.
Roanoke. Croatoan. No, it's-
Roanoke is what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Roanoke, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
Roanoke.
thought too.
Croatoan is supernatural.
Croatoan is what was written on the tree in Roanoke.
Oh,
Oh
Yes.
yes, that is correct.
Damn, good memory.
we got there. That's the only season of American Horror Story to ever scare me. Fun fact. That one got to me somehow.
It's spooky yuki for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with just a normal success on that, that's what you learn.
Okay.
Interesting. Hopefully we're inside by now with all the spooky stories they're telling.
Oh yeah, they
World.
probably would have
Joe.
waited until. I mean, it's up to you guys. I assume you would wait until you were inside with Seamus to give the history lesson. But otherwise, you just kind of informed him while you were walking into the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We settle down for the night. Who's taking the second bed?
You can take it if you want to, Joseph.
Oh, thank you, Stan.
Fine.
Well, I guess we'll sleep, and hopefully nothing odd happens in the night.
Yeah.
Yes, hopefully nothing odd happens. Surely
Things are gonna
it
go
won't.
bump.
Something odd happening in our Call of Cthulhu game, unheard of.
Cha.
Heaven forbid. Should the investigators stay overnight at the Jarvie farm is how this section starts.
Oh no.
I vote to leave now.
You wake up with a star and you're like, get in the car.
Stan's got a cold sweat going. He's like, no.
I mean, you did get like the world reversed in your tarot reading. You're
Sure
like,
did.
"I don't like this here."
Cold sweat just in my underwear, standing right up against the door.
That's a horror movie in and of itself. Let's see. Let's read exactly what happens here.
I didn't want us to show up at the other farm in the middle of the night. I figured we needed to sleep somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you were told by
I
at
think
least two
that's the
different
right move.
people that going to the Carmonies at night was probably a bad idea, including Declan told you to wait until, don't like sneak up on them kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Where I know it says here. I just want to make sure I'm not.
I think we've made the
misconstrued
best as we could, guys.
Yeah.
Starting to get glad you guys aren't sleeping in the barn, though.
Oh,
You know
we
what?
would-
Fair.
Same.
He was for sure dead if we slept in the farm.
I would set those rats out there. The rats had bad vibes.
Thank God for
I
the
watched
terrible.
them.
Slept right through that shit.
Seamus could have slept in the barn. I think he would have lived.
I like. Seamus has been asleep during this whole thing, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Almost entirely, yes.
So to start this off, you all fall asleep well, better in here than without the feeling of being constantly watched that you had outside. After a little bit, you all start to dream, and you all have various dreams, and I don't have the history for each of you on this subject, so you'll have to tell me what is everybody's relationships, I know Peter's, with their own mothers. It's very funny that you made this a sticking point of your character, Peter.
That is funny. It's a lot more complicated than you think, actually.
Incredibly average.
Okay.
No,
Visitor on holidays and stuff like that.
Visitor on holidays, and pretty much that's it at this point.
Okay.
Joseph like didn't visit or call his mom as often as he should, and then she like died really suddenly like 6 years ago, and he's like got deep regret about never visiting her, but he was just always so busy with his job.
Okay. Seamus?
Me nan and me granny B came over from the county Cork. They were the big taskmasters on the farm. Really ran me into the ground. You know, you think the dad would be, but it was really my nan.
So she was a slave driver kind of relationship.
Yes.
Get that work done.
All right. Well, you all dream of your own mothers, and Peter, yours is, you know, how you've projected your relationship. Well, you said it's more complicated than you think. In what way?
Oh no, I was kidding.
Okay, it's pretty straightforward.
We're good church-going dum-dums.
Yeah, you have a nice, happy dream about your mom. You know, doing the stuff you always do, spending time with her, going to church. You know, hanging out with all of her mom friends and stuff like that. They're also proud of you for being such a good cop. You know, all that kind of, that giving you praise and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good Christian boy.
And for everybody, it's sort of the same vibes, regardless of if you had a bad relationship. I was just curious what it was to you. But these dreams, you all have very happy memories of your own mothers come to your minds, and you live them in your dreams, whether real moments that were like you're looking back on now in a positive light, or just things that have been fabricated for the dream. But you all see your own mothers and are it's a very happy you know, moment that you have.
She picked a nicer switch than the one she used to hit
Yes,
the other kids.
Exactly.
You were you got the soft switch.
She didn't make you pick it herself. She picked. Well, yeah, so that's, you know, it's very nice. You're all having a very pleasant sleep until about 3 a.m. At 3 a.m., you're all awoken to a cacophony of sounds. You hear loud mooing of I almost said of pigs, of the cows. You hear the chickens squawking and just making all sorts of noises, feathers rustling, the pigs oinking and just letting out these loud, what's the pig noise called besides an oink? Is there another name for that? Either way.
Squeal.
Maybe?
Squeal, thank you. Squeal is what I was thinking. So just pig squealing. Squeals is actually right here. Squeals and bellows of distress. And you hear like banging against wood, like from the nearby sheds, like these animals are trying to break out. And you hear Malcolm and Edith out in the first floor of the house talking to each other. And you know, Malcolm's like, we need to go out and check on him. It's something's gone wrong. We need to go see what's the matter. And you know, at the same time, you hear dogs howling outside, cats screeching, and the bedroom that you're all in has a window that leads out towards the direction of the yard. And you see Seamus, the man that you saw sneaking his head out of the window earlier, run into the yard, screaming, calling for his mother. And you just hear, Ma, where are you? Ma, I need you now. Where you at, Ma? And he's just running. But this sound is sort of like muffled and just sort of gnarled. It's like he has cotton stuffed in his mouth as he's screaming. Well, you just hear this man running into the yard, yelling at the top of his mouth, at the top of his lungs, kind of looking around in desperation.
I feel like Peter will kind of lock into his cop instincts and go out and try to kind of figure out what's going on, or try to.
Sure. And one more thing too, Seamus and Stan, you both start to hear your own mothers crying and yelling out in terror.
Seamus and Stan.
Seamus and Stan, yeah.
causing a
goodness.
ruckus out there. Quite a wait, what? Mina?
That's unusual.
And Peter has made his way out the door already.
Cool.
Joseph is gonna grab his camera and follow.
Okay.
There's a story happening. He's gonna
Sure.
get the picture for the front page.
No, absolutely.
With the same gusto, Seamus will grab his gun and follow.
All right.
Joseph does still have the bullet in his pocket.
Yeah, this time he notices there's no bullet. Wait.
Yeah, is he gonna say something to?
Or
Or
I
does
don't
he
think
not
he's
even
fast
remember
enough to
Joe
catch
grabbed
you
it
right
for
now,
him?
but
Yeah.
he will eventually.
I will also say, with all of this craziness going on, I need sanity checks from everybody.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Actually, I feel like as they're running out with everything happening, Joe's just gonna hand him the one bullet he has.
I think he just he puts his hand out like expect.
Yeah. Joe's like, I only grabbed the one
before
to
you
keep.
turn. Yeah, before you turn.
Oh,
to do it.
Seamus.
Holy shit! I should
no.
not have given him the bullet.
you just gave him the bullet. No.
I was giving him one. It's fine.
No.
I gave him one bullet.
Oh man.
Like the rest are in the car.
Okay, so
Oh god.
I will say
No.
this was just hearing the sounds and stuff is a very minor occurrence
Okay.
here. So both Joseph and Seamus lose 1 sanity. Normally a critical fail means you lose the maximum amount of sanity, but this was just 1 or nothing.
Like-
But
Like
Sorry.
I dropped from 50 to 49.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
And if you look
Not too bad.
in the Discord
I got
message,
69 sanity. I'm all right.
nice. And you're surely not going to lose any more.
Definitely not.
So regardless of how much it is, if you lose any amount of sanity, you have some involuntary action that I will put upon you, like yelling out something or vomiting or just like giving yourself away if you're trying to hide somehow. In this case, Seamus, you're running out and you're just trying to settle all this, and you fumble and you go to pick up your gun and it falls to the ground, and it's going to take a second longer for you to get armed. Joseph, you pull the bullet out and go to hand it to Seamus, and it drops from your grip before you hand it to him.
Oh,
So the bullet
this
and the
could've
gun are
been
now
way
on the
worse.
ground.
Should I lose 2 just because I got the critical fail instead of just 1?
I mean, if you want to, go for it.
I mean, it only makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, I'll say, yeah, on top of all of what's going on, just the screaming of your nah and your head is throwing you off as well. And
Joe is not going to help him pick up the bullet. He's like, the bullet's on the ground. He can figure it out. He's going to keep looking around and have his camera out.
Sure. Okay. So Peter, you run out first, and you run downstairs, and you sort of make it outside alongside Malcolm. He's leaving the house as well, and he sees you. He kind of nods as you run out, and he's going to investigate the farm. He's got an oil lantern in one hand and a shotgun in the other. Oh, and actually, hold on. Gotta set the mood. I got some more intense music. There we go.
As I fall, I will say, oh, me nah gonna be right rotted after that one. And I'm trying to get out the door to go find my nah.
Sure, yeah, and you're fumbling, picking up the gun and the bullet. And he looks at Peter. He's like, we gotta go and calm down the animals. We gotta make sure that they don't bust out. And as he says that, as the two of you are running towards the pig shed, it turns out you are a bit too late, as from the pig stall, the wall busts open and a large boar is charging out of the pig stall, and he is going to charge directly at Malcolm. And Malcolm's like, God help us, Brutus has made it out. And he is going to charge at Malcolm and like jump on top of him and knocks him to the ground. And looks like he's about to try to gore him with his tusks.
I don't like Brutus.
All right.
Shit.
I will
Well,
I think.
so you're with him right up by like probably, and let me actually change this. I have the Jarvie farm as a map here.
There you go.
Combat edition.
I will put everybody out on the map just so we can get a general idea of where everybody's at. Joseph, I'll make you all smaller too, just so you're not taking up. Well, it's this is more just for reference. It's not exact distances, so just kind of have a general idea of where your guys are at. I don't have a picture for
Way to make me smaller.
Malcolm. I can. It just takes a second, so I
Okay, no
don't.
worries.
I'm not gonna do it at the moment.
I
But I
think we're good.
do have a picture for Brutus.
Oh,
I love him.
oh, that's so
I
was
sad.
so
'cause
ready to
I'm
murder
gonna-
him.
I'm
Well,
gonna pick
let-
up- I'm gonna
this-
pick up the shotgun.
This is a picture that I found just for a general bore. Let me give you a better description of Brutus himself.
He's
Because
my buddy.
your bloodlust may
That's freaking skinny Pumbaa, and I am
It-
not
it
gonna
is,
kill
yeah.
him.
100%.
let's see.
Picturing like the Princess Mononoke board.
Yes. Oh, that's good too.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. So you see black pus essentially streaming from this thing. It's like foaming at the mouth, but with this black ichor. Its eyes are large and bloodshot, with like streaks of black in the eyes. And you do see a couple of these gross sores on this boar as it runs up next to you, Peter.
All right.
In the house still, probably.
I was, yeah, for the ones outside. So Joseph just let the bullet go and continues to run outside. Seamus, you're still in, getting your gun settled.
I think it took me a second to get the two things together and then to load it before I step outside.
Sure. And
Like weird ass boar.
yes, and then Stan and Joseph, you run outside and you hear the boar break out, and you see Peter and Malcolm that has the boar on him currently, struggling against the boar. And when you see this crazed boar jump on Malcolm, I need the three of you that are outside to make sanity checks again.
Oh god.
We're getting to the point in the story where these are going to happen more often.
Oh god.
Look
Look at me go, I'm a champion.
Stan with a critical success. Joseph passed. Peter, you
Yeah.
lose.
Oh, you were the
22.
72. I was 47. I thought I was 72.
Just assume.
Peter loses 1d3 sanity. So let's roll and see what he
Okay,
loses.
Seeing a man get attacked by a
Alright.
insane boar, and it's fucking with you.
Yeah. So Peter, you
Not all
lose.
pigs are nice and cute.
You lose a point of sanity, and you just get like this. You yell out in fear, essentially. Like I said, there's an involuntary action related to each of this. This one doesn't really have a negative side effect to you, but you just let out this involuntary scream as this thing tackles and begins to attack Malcolm.
Do you have a low
You're only
pitch, or is
18,
it like
you
a
haven't
high
seen a lot.
pitched?
That's also true. I feel like I'll just think back to my police training and I'll grab that shotgun and I'm gonna try to shoot that boar right off of him.
Okay. One more thing.
While screaming.
Yeah, the entire time.
Is it? I'm imagining like the Thad Castle high pitched scream.
100%. Yeah.
That's exactly what I pictured.
The two of you that are by the front door of the house, you hear this man in the middle of the farmyard screaming and yelling for his mother in this very garbled, mouthful of cotton sounding voice. Do you pay any mind to him right now, or are you focused on Peter and Malcolm?
I will absolutely turn to that because I heard my mama talking to me.
Sure. Yeah. All right. When you turn, you see, you kind of turn your light. I'm assuming you all, brought out some sort of light source just because it's middle of the night. And you see, you guys don't know his name, but this is old Pete. And he is screaming for his mother. But you see this similar black liquid start to pour down the sides of his face, and his his screams shortly turn into like a choking, gargling noise. Stan, can you make a sanity roll for me, please? As you see this man with these, and you notice as his mouth is open in this yell, these black pustules bursting, and that's where this black liquid is coming and pouring down his mouth. And you guys are doing real well on sanity for the most part. It's a sight to see, but you managed to hold your composure. You're a very stoic man. But this man is...
I mean, he loves the occult apparently, so...
True. That's a very good point. But yeah, this man is currently like in terror, and it sounds like he's screaming through water.
Okay.
I have a picture for old Pete.
Goodness.
I don't know if I do. Oh, I do have a picture for old Pete.
Old Petey.
Cannot wait.
As opposed to young Pete, who's fighting a boar.
Correct.
Oh my god. So
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, that's old Pete.
Oh, boys.
Such
Yeah, I
wrinkly
took some
faces.
psychic damage watching that happen, for sure. It's a good thing I didn't have to roll for that.
Not
I
yet.
thought we'd all be having
Yeah,
ourselves
not
a time.
yet. Just as
I think
distracted.
we all did, Seamus.
Yours is falling right out of her.
Yeah, so that's old Pete.
I guess I'd call out. But your mother's not here. What do you mean?
And he just seems to be mad-eyed, wide, just sort of on his knees, yelling up at the sky at the moment. So we'll go back to Peter, who has his gun drawn and is about to shoot at a boar. So let me look, because there's combat stuff for range, being close range and stuff. What's your gun? You have a rifle of some sort, or is it a pistol? It's your it's your grandpappy's gun.
I have the revolver, yeah.
Your grandpappy's gun, the 38 revolver. Okay, so combat. We'll let you get this one attack, and then we'll go into like an actual full. Oh, actually, no, this might be in combat, and Brutus just went first. What's your dex?
60.
Okay, so you would go first in normal combat. So we'll take Brutus's attack as like a surprise, and then we'll be in combat here. So let's set up a combat. That will be the 5 of you. I don't have a thing. Oh wait, I do. It's got Sproulston's picture, but that's just a general adult for this city, or for this town, and that's gonna be Mr. Jarvie, and he's got his shotgun. And then we will put you all into initiative. So if you click on the crossed swords in the top right, it will show you the initiative order, which when I click begin combat, initiative for everybody is just your initiative equals your dexterity score. So it's not something you roll for. It just straight up equals your dexterity. So Brutus has already gotten his like surprise turn, and then we'll start at the top with Peter. So that makes sense.
All
So
right,
you roll an attack for your gun. You can just click on the 38 revolver under your combat tab.
Okay.
And we will go from there and see what happens. Oh, so with melee weapons, if you're attacking something or being attacked, the person being attacked can either choose to dodge or fight back. If you're fighting back, you have to beat their level of success. So say the person you're fighting against rolls a success, you have to get a hard success or better in order to fight back, but then they miss and you get to take a counterattack. If you're dodging, you just have to match their level of success. So if they get a hard success, you need to get a hard success.
Okay.
For ranged weapons, that's not a thing. You can't dodge or fight back against a ranged weapon. So you click the attack. You are at short range, which I think, no. There's point blank. Being at point blank does give you a bonus, I'm pretty sure. Yes, so you get a bonus side for being point blank. Is that an option on here? Long range, extreme range, multi-shot, aiming. Oh, just click the aiming button and we'll use that as the... Oh, point blank range. Can you click the buttons on here, or do I have to set it?
Let me see.
There's one that says point
Combatant.
blank range.
Not seeing it.
You see where it says base range? Lit up? In the chat
Near the
window.
bottom
Sorry,
sorry.
in the chat window.
of underneath target dummy.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, that's another thing. Sorry, but wait.
Oh, my bad.
That's fine. We don't count that roll. Right click on. I think it's a right click. Is it? No. What is it?
I did a double right click.
It should target him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do a double right click,
Okay.
and it should put in like arrows
There
on
you
the
go.
corners to say it's targeted.
Did it?
So then click the attack. Don't roll it yet though. So you see where, oh, you did do the point blank range. Okay. And then that should be good. So the point being at point blank gives you a bonus die.
Hell yeah. All right,
So
now
you
I can roll.
Yep. You can roll that. All right. So that is a hard success with a 14. So that's good. Anything that's extreme success is considered a critical hit. For firearms and weapons with piercing, you get it's called an impale, I believe, when you get a critical success, which means you do max damage plus another roll.
Oh, that's awesome.
But in this case, this was just a normal hit, so you just do regular damage.
Sounds good. Seems good.
All right, so you do
Damn.
7 points of damage. Mark, hit, inflict pain.
I'd be dead.
Does it give you the inflict pain button, or do I have to do it?
Not really.
I'm not seeing that.
It should be at the bottom of the attack you just did. So if you don't see it, I probably have to hit it.
I don't.
Okay. So I will inflict the pain, and it detects or deletes the hit points from the creature. And you shoot this pig, and it lets out this loud, angry squeal. You do see that it has a really thick hide. That actually seems to absorb some of the hit. This thing has 1 armor, which means you deduct 1 point of damage from every attack that it takes.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
But yeah, that was its damage. And that will be Peter's turn. Stan, you are up.
Dan,
You hear this loud squeal of pain from this big pig.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta
I
try
guess-
and help old Peter deal with the pig.
I'm probably gonna be stuck on old Pete a little bit. I'll turn and look at that and be like, if you guys can help Peter, that'd be awesome. I'm gonna help Peter, and I'll turn back to old Pete.
Okay.
And I'll take a step, but I'm not going to approach him,
Sure.
and I'll just keep trying to talk to him. Can you hear me, man? I hear my mom too. Does he respond to me at all?
At the word the words I hear my mom, he's like, mom, where are you? I need you, mom. And it's still continuing in this like gargled, almost drowning sound as he collapses to his side, and this liquid is just streaming out of his mouth and filling his mouth up. And you think this man is literally going to drown if he's not given some sort of aid.
Okay.
Oh god.
And
There's gotta be like a big old stick somewhere nearby, right?
there's one right by the bonfire.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Open stick.
Let's see.
To the bonfire. Or I guess you're not that close to it, but close enough.
Yeah, okay. Is that gonna be your go then, Stan?
Yeah, I would like to try to roll him onto his side
Okay, make a
with the stick, of course.
make
Not touch him.
without touching him. Okay, make a first aid check. I will say, since you are not touching him, it's gonna be with a penalty.
-1.
Yes. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately, you try to flip him over, and it's just you don't have enough control with the stick to do it.
Yeah. All right, that's my go.
Okay. Then we will go to Brutus. And you watch as Brutus is going to dig down and try to hit Mr. Malcolm. It is going to be with a bonus because Malcolm is currently, prone and unable to defend himself. So he's going to get a bonus on this roll. Well, that is just a success. I'll give.
Makes sense.
I will give Malcolm a chance to dodge, though. He'll just kind of like try to swerve out of the way and dodge the tusks as they dig down at him. He's an old man and not the fastest, so he's gonna have to get pretty lucky, and he does not. So you watch as this boar, its tusks dig down and sweep up and stab him in his throat, and just gore him and rips it out, and you hear him gasp for breath, and then he goes limp under the pig. And Boris lets out like a breath, like an air out of his nose, and turns his head on you, Peter. And I will say, yeah, no, that's all we got for now. So that's Brutus's turn. Malcolm was not really equipped for fighting. Blackwater Creek adult does not get a turn. I don't know why Danny and Hemal have their names and not their character names, but anyway, Joseph, you just see this boar gore this man in the neck, and then turn his sights on Peter.
Oh God.
I'm ready.
Well, I don't really have a weapon per se, so I'm gonna take a photo.
Okay.
I'm gonna just try and get a photo of the disease-looking boar. Like, I want to try and angle it. Like, ideally, I want to show like the weird pustules. I want to show that it's deranged look in its eye. Like, I want to try and like hold my lantern so it's providing light. So
Sure.
it comes out quality. Like, I'm trying to get like a high quality photo here.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll say this, there's a lantern over there already too, because Malcolm had one. So there's light. There's nothing really difficult about getting this shot. It's a pretty easy one to get, so I'm not going to make you roll for it. You get a pretty good action shot of Peter and this boar. Or just the boar if you don't want Peter in it. But
That is a hysterical choice.
I mean,
I
what do
really
you want me to do?
appreciate
Stab
that.
it with a
Holy
pocket
crap.
knife? That's all I've got. I'm not gonna charge the boar with a pocket knife. Also, he's a journalist. This is a front page story, man. Boar goes crazy, kills owner, attacks cop.
18-year-old cop kills
He's
board.
taking like 2 days off work to come do this for Declan. Like, his boss is gonna be pissed when he gets back. He's gotta have something to show.
He's got to have a story. I get it.
Yeah.
That's
That makes
true.
sense.
that's fair. Totally fair.
So he's going for the shot. He will get Peter in it. He's like, I'm not helping Peter, so the least I can do is like put him on the front page and be like, brave cop fights rabid boar. Like, he's gonna do him a solid if he survives this.
Sounds good.
When he
He
survives.
It's
survives
gonna
it.
skyrocket in my career
Yeah.
when I survive this. Yeah.
So he's gonna try and do it like when Peter's like got the gun, looking really brave too. He's like timing it really nicely.
Sure.
Make him look like a badass. And he also doesn't have his like suit jacket on, so he's like got the wife beater. All his muscles are showing.
Big strong Peter taking on this boar. All right, cool. All right then, Seamus, you are right at the front door.
I've got my gun and my bullet in the gun.
You sure do.
But I
Alright.
grabbed that singular bullet now.
I will say, if you want to fire this turn, it will be with a penalty die as you're kind of rushing to get a shot off.
Well, I'm at the front door, which is not looking towards Peter, right? Yeah, I'm
True.
looking
You
at
do
old Peter.
hear the noise. Like, the pig's making a lot of noise.
Yeah, but this guy's crying for his nah, and I'm also looking for my nah, so I'm
True.
gonna go to him.
Sure.
Or I see him first.
Yeah, and stands
Super
there
not
like prodding
helping.
him with a stick.
Yeah, I see this guy prodding him with a stick. I don't know what to say. What are you at, bud? What are you at?
He's oozing. And also crying for his nah.
And he's just got this black, like,
And
Icarus mucus, like, dripping from his mouth. He sounds like he's drowning.
and I look like I just don't want to touch him, but don't know what to do.
I will say, Seamus, make a sanity roll since you were inside for all of the other ones.
Yeah, sure.
Believe in you, Seamus. This ain't nothing to you.
Oh,
Oh.
Did I do it?
It sure didn't.
No, or because your penalty isn't it like one less or something?
No,
Oh,
this is
never mind.
this
No,
no.
I was only at 50.
Okay.
So you also take a 1d3 points of damage, or points of sanity damage. 3.
Classic.
There you go. So you run up and see this man, and you're sort of stricken by it, and like, you know, take a momentary pause.
I'll probably retch.
Yeah, that's fair. Overwhelmed by like the sickly sweet smell of overripe fruit in the air.
I'm gonna try and hit him with the butt of my gun.
I'm on his
To-
side.
To what? To
Or
what
just
end?
to whack him.
I don't know. He's foaming at the mouth.
He is, yes.
What would I do for something that's foaming at the mouth?
cause too much damn noise.
Old timey medicine knock some sense into him. Is that what we're going with?
Oh yeah, just give him a light concussion.
See, no, I think I'd probably just yell at him and say something along the lines of, "Where's your head at, boy? Who lit ya?"
Okay, I'll say yelling at him. He's kind of incoherent right now. There's no response to your yelling. He just, through the gargling, you hear short little bursts of him trying to say things, but you can't make out what he's saying, and he's just got this liquid still building up in his mouth.
Okay, then I won't hit him in the head. I'll hit him in the stomach, trying to get him to cough up whatever I think he's choking on.
Okay, I will give you the same chance that I gave Stan for a first aid roll at with a penalty die.
Okay. So first aid. I don't think I have any points in that. I'm looking for it. Oh, I'm okay. First aid. So how do I do the penalty die?
When you click the roll, it will come up
Oh,
and you can do
-1.
-1.
Got it.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, that was really close. Do I use my luck?
How much luck do you have left?
I only have 30 total.
Oh.
I mean, as
mean,
someone
how
who
much do we
doesn't
give
use
him
it
left?
at all, I feel like we should just, if it's close, I feel like we should use it.
Yeah. All right. I'll use my luck. I'll drop to 23.
Okay.
I do have 50 luck, so if we get into like a bind, I can drop like quite a bit of luck on
Gotcha.
something.
That's
I got
that's
some
sort of the
spare,
beauty
too.
of one shots too, is that, you know, it regenerates but very slowly. So in a one shot though, you can kind of use it
Yeah.
as you
How
want.
you want? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will say, with Stan sort of moved him a little bit, but not enough to on its own be successful with the stick. But you come over and he's on his side. You beat him in the stomach with the butt of your gun. And Seamus and Stan make luck rolls for me.
Oh no.
Oh,
Wait,
well,
no, I just spent my luck.
Exactly.
Well, so Hemal, by the way, don't just deduct the luck. Manually click on the roll and spend luck through that, just so it's tracked on there.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll put the luck back, and I will do this,
That's the downside of spending luck.
and then 7 luck to pass.
There you go. And then both of you
Now
make
I
luck
will
rolls.
Luck roll. Nope.
Wouldn't have passed it anyway.
I
You-
would like to spend all 23 to pass this luck. No, that'd be
Okay,
crazy.
then you have 0 luck and you fail
Yeah, no,
still. Combat rolls and luck roll, or no, sanity rolls and luck rolls you cannot spend luck on.
That makes sense.
Stan, I need a sanity roll, buddy.
Yeah.
Or not a sanity roll, sorry, a luck roll. Oof.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh.
Yikes.
90, huh?
That ain't it, Chief.
Okay, so Seamus and Stan, can you both make Constitution rolls for me?
See, you got another roll you can pass. That's
Oh.
all right.
Give it to me, Neil.
Oh, there's a
No.
9 for Stan.
That could be good. That could be good.
That's a critical success. I mean, it means the
Holy
same as
shit.
normal success in this case, but
But it's
Um,
cooler.
His success is so
We're more
good it
proud of
passes
you.
to me.
no. Good try, but no.
He's got 3 stars. He can pass one of them.
I don't need all 3 of the stars.
All right, so I will say that as you hit him with the butt of your gun, you have to get kind of close to do it, and he coughs and clears
yeah,
out his
that's
throat,
what I expected.
and you both get splashed with the spittle from
Oh no.
his throat. This black, thick, not quite tar, like more like maple syrup, mucus or foam or whatever it was that was in his throat, yeah, it smells putrid. It's just real gross. And as his mouth clears, you do see these same like black sores in his mouth. Some of them have popped open, which is where a lot of this liquid is coming from. But he it's a big cough, and all of this liquid comes out, kind of forcing him to throw up. And he lays there collapsed, but he is breathing normally now.
That is Faustin.
That was a crazy first aid roll to make with the butt of a gun.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, hey, it works. Good work, Seamus. And then we are back up
Hopefully
to.
these consequences aren't going to be too bad.
Oh no, they'll be fine. Con rolls, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Peter, back to you, buddy. This pig just gored Malcolm. He looks, if he's not dead, he is not doing well. But the boar has turned his attention on you and is looking ready to strike, kind of grinding its hoof into the ground. Alex,
Sorry, say that again.
it's your turn.
Oh, I'm shooting this man again.
Yeah, go
The
for it.
man.
Big man,
Boom, big boy.
you're still point blank.
Please.
Oh, 13.
I'll take it.
That's a hit. It's a hard success. Oh,
Ooh, that's crazy damage.
yeah. Unfortunately,
Tell
it has
us.
1 armor, so it does not kill it yet.
No.
Did it only
Yeah.
have 9?
Oh man.
It sure did.
I'm so afraid what this thing's
Oh
gonna
my
do.
god.
Oh
Oh,
god.
oh,
alright.
Painful.
but this just reminded me, if you take more than half of your max health in 1 hit, you have to make a constitution roll or fall unconscious.
Hell
Or
yeah.
or take, sorry, hold on. It's either fall unconscious or take a wound.
I think it's a wound.
I'm gonna say for this thing, if it fails this con check, it dies. That'll
Oh,
be
Jesus,
that'll be its
maybe.
wound. Or yeah, or you scare it away. Sure, we'll do that. That's a good call. Let me just double check.
I don't necessarily like this thing being out there in the middle of the night. God knows where.
Yeah.
We don't exactly fancy
Hopefully it'll-
chasing it down, though.
Yeah, hopefully it'll bleed out somewhere if it does get away.
Oh no. So half or more of your health is a major wound. If you fail the con save, you fall unconscious.
Understood.
Cool,
Okay.
please.
So it does take a major wound regardless. And it failed the con save. So it
Hell
is
yeah.
or the con check. So it is unconscious. So Peter, you
Good job, Peter.
you know, you have a revolver, right? So you pull back
Yep.
the hammer and you turn and take a second shot at the pig. And this one you aim for a more vital area, and you watch as the bullet pierces through and the pig just kind of falls over to its side. You still see the stomach moving in and out like it's breathing, but it is unconscious.
All right, I look back at Joe and say, "Take the shot." And be like standing
I
over
think we
Brutus.
got it, man.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think
He was waiting for a heroic moment, and that was a good one.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool.
So yeah, you as the pig falls, you see a flash, and you look to see Joe with his camera out.
Oh yeah, this is the moment.
Oh,
Where-
amazing.
I get you just saving the day.
But
Seamus will look up and say, "Did you get it? I just saved this man."
but with
I
that,
don't think Joe even knows what's happening back there. He got distracted by the pig and Peter.
yeah, that's fair.
He has no idea what they're doing back there.
So, yeah, with that,
Have we survived our first combat?
yes. However, Malcolm is breathing very, very shallow
shit,
breaths
Malcolm.
and is extremely injured right now. The
Who has the
pig
best
also
first
is
aid?
still alive, but is unconscious.
I actually I have all right first aid. I have 55.
All right, first aid too.
I've got 40.
He's got gun first
Oh,
aid.
okay, you're better than me.
I will
I'm
say,
right.
if Seamus and Peter do this together, one of them can make the check with a bonus die.
Okay,
I
what do you
feel
have
like-
again?
Oh, that's right. This is for old Tony. I thought this was for.
What? No, this is this
okay.
is for
Oh, Pete.
Malcolm. This is
Oh,
for
okay,
Malcolm,
He
the
got gored.
homeowner.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he got gored in the neck by this thing. So this is going to be, whichever one of you rolls it, this is going to be a hard medicine check. Or did I say first aid?
Oh, medicine.
First aid.
First aid. It'll be a hard first aid check to like stabilize him.
All right, who's doing this?
I think
How
Peter
much
has a
first aid do you have?
55.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, definitely you then. Yeah.
So
I
you
do
get
the
a bonus
plus roll.
die. You get a bonus die, so the plus, but it's a hard roll. So just make sure you mark it as hard.
Oh, I see.
No, not opposed. You clicked it as an opposed roll.
My bad. Hard +1. Regular roll card. There we go.
Come on.
Oh,
That is a failure.
only a regular success.
Hard success. So yeah, if you wanted to push this, it would be, what's after that? 20. You have to get it to a 27. So you'd have to
To
spend
27.
18 luck.
Ugh.
Is that no?
I don't think
Yeah,
we're
18
saving
luck.
this guy.
I have 63.
I think you at least
yeah.
try to push it. I think he dies.
Oh,
either
that's true.
way.
You can push it and roll it again.
Yeah, I suppose he can't die harder.
Yep.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
I guess so. Yeah. Okay. Do I just roll the exact same thing again?
I mean,
Yep.
we could get blamed
Alright.
for him dying is the alternative.
No, I will say.
I take a photo of him trying to save this guy's life.
Oh man, but
You know, while he's doing it.
you take the picture, but if he fails, the picture is actually him with his hands around his neck, like trying to help him, but it looks like he's strangling him.
It looks like he's murdering him.
I think I'm
That's the
actually.
failure for pushing it.
I
I
was,
think I'm actually just gonna use luck on my first roll.
okay, that's fine. I was gonna say if you push it,
Never mind that.
Yeah,
six,
I keep the other roll right.
yeah, because if you push, you can't spend luck. But if you pushed it, the downside would have been that even if you succeed, he's going to have like a traumatic injury, but he'll survive. But if you spend
Okay.
luck now, he'll succeed and he'll recover.
Okay, I'll spend the luck.
Okay.
A lucky luck.
It won't actually let me push it. I'm sorry, or it doesn't give me the option to use luck though.
If you click on the little spider symbol, it should pop up and let you do it.
It does, and it drops down.
Maybe
tells
because
me
it's
other
hard
things, but
difficulty, it doesn't let you.
I think
weird.
it might be because I set the difficulty. Yeah.
No, that shouldn't matter because you technically set the difficulty with every roll. It's just most of them is normal.
That's true.
That's fine. I
yeah,
can do
but
it
it
for
won't
you.
let me.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, so you find the wound. You kind of staunch the bleeding. I don't know if one of you has like a little first aid kit on you or something, but the two of you that are good with first aid probably have some sort of supplies. And you manage to bandage him up and wrap it around his neck and patch up the hole. It didn't luckily hit anything dangerously vital. Like obviously it's his throat, so it's bad, but it didn't hit his aorta or anything. And you're able to patch him up enough. The breathing is still shallow, but it's stable. And he will not pass away.
He'll live for us to find a doctor.
Yes, exactly. Wait for the vet to come back.
Oh god.
How's old Pete doing?
He is still laying on his side, like nearly unconscious, but is breathing regular
just
shallow
drive
baths.
out into town in the middle of the night looking for a doctor, maybe? God. I feel like we can't wait till morning.
Well, you would imagine there is
agree.
not a doctor in this town.
Yeah.
There was,
Someone
yeah.
might have more experience than us, maybe.
Where are the other, where are the Jarvies?
The Malcolm is Mr. Jarvie is Malcolm.
Okay.
And after the fight, so I will say, following shortly behind so the animals are still making a ruckus, but you take time to bandage up Malcolm and not focus too much on the rest of that. Some of the pigs are still getting out. But after about 5 minutes from the start of this, from when you all woke up until this, which, this whole fight took like a minute and a half for all the stuff to go down. So after another couple minutes pass, calm comes to the farm. The noise settles down. The animals all stop howling and squealing and meowing and howling and all of that.
Do I still hear my
You do
my
not.
aunt?
Seamus and Stan, the crying and terrible screaming of your moms fades away.
Okay.
And not Abigail.
I'm sorry, wait. Before it faded away, did I have a direction for it?
It was just in your head.
Oh, okay. It wasn't okay.
No, it was just sort of a
everywhere.
directionless. Actually, make a power roll.
Ooh.
I will give you
Okay.
that. Stan and Seamus can make power rolls. Okay, hard success, hard success for Seamus.
That's my first hard success.
So
Hell
I will
yeah.
say yes, there is a little. It's sort of an enveloping sound that you heard, but when you kind of focus after everything starts to calm down at the tail end of it, as it fades away, the last you hear of it is coming from northwest.
Okay. Direction of the Carmody farm.
Carmody Farm is more directly west.
Oh, the cave.
You don't know about that, but
Well, it's on the map.
Yes,
we
but-
don't have the map. You're right. Okay, sorry.
out of character, yes, that direction. But
Sure.
in character, you don't know about no cave.
Gotcha.
But yeah, after that 5 minutes or so passes and things start to calm down, Edith does come out and she goes, "Oh, my Malcolm, what happened? Is he all right?" And she'll run up and like grab his hand and hold on. And she's just sort of like tending over him. She's like, who helped him? Thank you for saving my husband.
I patched him up, ma'am. It's all today's work.
Oh, you did such a
You know
good job,
what
son.
this
And she
war
like
is?
pats you. Oh, that was old Brutus. He was one of our prized animals. What happened? Is he okay? And she sees that he's like breathing lightly as well because he's still alive.
Brutus attacked Mr. Jarvie, and I had to take care of him.
Oh my, Brutus attacking. That's not like him. He's usually such a good animal. But attacking, and then she gets a better look at him. Oh, he seems to be infected with that same thing that had that pig from this morning. Oh, that's...
You know where this could have came from?
No, I don't. I mean, it's been in the last... Oh, no, let me look at the timeline. What's been happening occasionally to some of the animals over the last, 2 months or so. Every once in a while, one of them will crop up with some sort of infection that we can't seem to get rid of.
How long has the Carmody Brothers business been affecting Dulcan?
For 3 or 4 months. Declan.
Declan, thank you.
So is Brutus, he's a boar, right? Did they just keep the boar with the pigs?
Yes, in the same shed. Yes.
And when was that note dated from?
What was the date on it?
June
June. Yeah.
13th, and it's September 26th now. So
About 4 months.
Oh yeah, actually, let me double check something. So yeah, I
You
guess
know, I
it
once
would
down
be
some
the
cola.
about 3 months for the Carmody thing.
Okay.
so Henry
Um,
did something first.
Yeah. Would Stan be able to deduce that this is all tied together?
I mean, it's a lot going on. There's been a lot of coincidences lately, but you have no
Break out
like,
the tarot cards.
yeah, you have no through line for what's going on really, just aside from people showing up.
Yeah.
And you didn't get
You
his.
know, I once downed some cola, went down Niagara Ways behind the falls. This might be crazier than that.
Helpful to do forensics on this like
just
dead
just
pig.
ignore.
I'm thinking
Just ignore the man doing cocaine and going down Niagara Falls. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
I forgot I had
Joseph.
like really good forensics for whatever reason.
Sure, if you want to look at the pig and see, you get a close look at it. Are you handling the pig?
I'm gonna look to Mrs. Jarvie and be like, do you have any like field gloves or farm gloves that I could borrow here? I'm gonna see if I can try and figure out what's going on with your livestock here, maybe.
Oh, sure, I'm sure there's a pair of gloves in the hay barn where we keep the tools and things for dealing with that. You can help yourself grab a pair if you need to.
I'm gonna go grab those gloves first and then investigate.
Okay, yeah, make a check.
I touch that pig.
While Joseph is checking on old Brutus, can I keep an ear out for anything happening in the distance?
Sure. Make a listen roll, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, well,
like
you
I want to see if I can hear anything happening in town. I don't really understand how far we are from it.
Sure. You don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Your shit.
You're right.
So
You have such a good listen score too, like a 65 for
Yeah.
how often you fail it.
Yep.
This is like me with spot hidden last time.
I do have a question then too on top of looking at the pig. Are you guys going to put the pig down, or are you gonna let it live?
Oh, I feel like we gotta kill
Oh,
this fucking pig.
Definitely pilling the pig.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably gotta kill
It's
this
easy
fucking
enough.
pig.
It's on 1 HP and has a major wound, so honestly, if you just don't do anything to it, it will probably pass away on its own. I just wanted to make sure.
I don't know if
okay.
Peter's taking that chance.
I think Seamus would probably put it out.
Okay. Yeah,
it's just-
if you want to put an end
the
to it
former
yourself,
cattle guy in him.
yep, that's fair.
I've got a knife if you want to use that instead of wasting a bullet.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I'll hand you my knife and let you finish it off. But I'm gonna make you wait till I'm done investigating. I can't have the.
You don't want to sully the
Yeah.
investigation.
But when I'm done, I let you slit its throat with my knife.
Oh, it's cleaner than that. I know exactly where the heart is. I'll put the knife in, take it out. It'll be like nothing happened.
Yeah, so you look at Brutus and you see a lot of the same signs that you saw on old Pete, on the children, the messed up gums, the black splotches all over its skin, kind of hidden under some of they have fur? Is there fur on a boar?
Yes.
Yeah,
Boars have
okay.
hair.
Yeah.
So sort of hidden by, so the Jarvies probably wouldn't have seen it because it's not super prominent, but they're there, the sores underneath the fur. And just looking at the pig so much, you're not getting a super clear reasoning for this. You go into the pig shed and look around and you see they have a trough with water in it. You remember drinking the water, or you remember Stan and Peter drinking the water at Sprouston's house and probably mentioning that it tasted a little bit off. You get a little look in the water and there's these little flecks that are moving around inside the water.
Ooh.
I don't like that.
Can I take pictures of both the sores on the pig and the weird water?
Yep, you can take pictures of
I'm
whatever you
putting
like.
together an entire front page story at this point. Fuck Declan, I'm now working for my day job. This is no longer my side job.
I want to ask Mrs. Jarvie where she gets the water for the trough.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I feel like I'd warn you guys too that something's weird with the water, and to maybe not drink anymore liquids.
I was about to suggest I give it a taste, see what it's like.
Pour a little of your whiskey into it, mix it up a little bit.
Well, we usually just head over to the creek, over to the east and get some from there. There's a little pond, I guess a small lake that we get our water from, or we just collect it from the rain on occasion.
And old Petey over there, he drinking the same stuff.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You
You
do?
and Mr. Jarvie drinking different water? Do you have like a well you're drinking from instead?
No, I mean, I don't think there's a well. Is there a well on the map?
I
Nope. No
don't
well.
even have it
I
up.
don't see one.
No, we all drink
You're
the
all
same thing. I
drinking
mean,
from it?
occasionally we'll buy different drinks, juices and things from the general store from out of town, so we're not always drinking the water, but
I've
that's-
got an odd question for you, ma'am. Do you or Mr. Jarvie have any like odd sores in your mouth?
when you say that, you see her kind of reach up and rub her jaw. Well, I don't know about sores now that you mention it, but and she kind of smiles and you see her teeth are like white as can be, like brand new teeth. The weirdest thing has happened in the past couple of weeks where I was wearing dentures for, you know, most of the last few years of my life, but my teeth started growing back in.
You've got Seamus' attention.
Seamus, do not drink the water.
Yeah, what are Seamus's teeth like? Are you wearing dentures?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That's one of my character's main things is he wears pristine dentures
Oh,
to
okay.
make himself feel younger.
Gotcha.
Incredible.
Why
I
is
didn't
that?
know dentures would be like a plot point.
Is that related to all of this? Is that something that I should be? It was strange. I'd never heard of it happening before, but I don't know much about medicine or anything like that.
I'm not sure, ma'am, but I saw some weird substance in the water of their trough, and I've been seeing a lot of these black sores. The children in town had them on their mouths, and you know, when we arrived, the whiskey and the water and everything's tasted just slightly off, and I'm starting to wonder if something might be wrong with the water. But then, you know, I had some of the whiskey last night, and I've had this bum knee for, God, 6 years now when I messed it up back on an assignment, and it feels better today than it did when I was in my 20s, so
But wait,
something's going on where it's making some people sick and some people healthier, and I'm not quite sure why.
well, I will say at least that me and Malcolm don't mess with those Carmody boys. We don't like anything that they're doing over there.
I think that's probably for the best. They don't seem like the safest people.
Yeah, their father was an all right man. He keeps them in line, but we haven't seen him in 4 or 5 months at this point, and not sure if he's still around. Those boys aren't the friendliest kind, so getting any information from them is not the easiest thing. Oh, sorry, the Jarvis haven't seen him in over a month. She would say we haven't seen him in more than a month. We talked to the sheriff about it and asked him to investigate, but he's been kind of taking his time on the matter. I'm not sure why.
Interesting.
But I mean, you're talking about people getting better. I mean, along with my teeth. I mean, my husband's not had to wear his glasses as much recently. He's been, he still squints because he's used to it from years of bad eyesight, but he's been telling me that he's been able to see without his glasses again.
Did your barman over there, old Pete, did he seem to get healthier or at any point? I'm wondering if people get healthier and then sicker, or if some people get healthy and some get sick.
Let me see if that's something she would recognize one way or the other. If she pays enough attention to old Pete.
Yeah.
This would be a spot hidden. What's the... Oh, she does have some spot hidden. I mean, this is just the... There's a general Blackwater Creek adult sheet that I use, so...
Perfect.
Yeah.
71, which is a failure.
Oh, no. Yeah, she wasn't paying attention to old Pete at all.
Yeah, I mean, old Pete's always been a bit of an eccentric type. I don't know much. He kind of helps around the farm, but Malcolm deals with him more than I do. He doesn't even usually like to come in for the meals. He takes care of himself. He loves hanging out and taking care of them stray animals. They sleep. A lot of them sleep with him throughout the night. The dogs, at least.
No.
But no, he doesn't. He keeps to himself mostly.
Well, just to be safe, I'd maybe start being careful with the water around here. Maybe boiling it extra, just to make sure.
Sure, we'll make sure we do that. Absolutely. Thank you for letting me know. Maybe, like I said, we can go down to the general store and buy some.
Yeah. Is there any doctor we can go get for your husband? I mean, he's stable now, but I'm not. Him and old Pete are in pretty poor shape, and it's 3 a.m. I don't even know where we could go around here to get some.
Yeah, they're the farthest thing from a kindergarten baby. They'll be just fine.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure that we don't
I understood that one.
We don't have really medical professional. I mean, the vet is the closest we have to any sort of medical doctor. He comes here and sometimes we'll look at sick children or something like that if he's around if they're around when he is. Usually if there's something major, we take a trip over to Dunwich, which you guys know Dunwich is about 6 miles west of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be worth riding up to Dunwich in the morning, ma'am. We can keep him stable overnight, but once light breaks.
Yeah, I will definitely let him rest, and once he wakes up, we can arrange to get him taken. The farmhands and Teddy Theodore can tend to the animals. And you do see that the farmhands and their son are also up and have been working on wrangling all the animals that have busted out, mainly the pigs.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you didn't mention any dogs attacking us, so.
No, but they were howling and making noises like all the other animals were.
Yeah.
But none of them had attacked. Brutus was the only one that actually attacked.
Thank God.
Well, by Jove, boys. Do we go back to bed, or do we just wait for the store to open in the morning at this point?
I don't know if I'll be able to sleep very well.
Yeah.
Seamus is already heading back into the house.
I was gonna say so is Pete. Yeah.
Sure.
Tracks.
Okay.
I guess.
I guess I'll go and just wait.
We can keep lookout overnight.
Yeah.
Kind of just sit awake, and we can let them take the beds while we just kind of sit on the floor and ponder our lives.
Fair enough.
That sounds like a plan.
I think Joe might try and sneak some of Seamus's booze.
Seamus will offer it gladly to anybody who wants it
He's
after
like,
that
I think
shit.
I need a drink.
Sure. Yeah, and actually,
And a drink I can trust not to give me weird.
Even Edith, he will offer.
yeah,
because
she'll take a pull of it, and also,
knows
I mean,
it's safe.
when I'm in Dunwich with taking Malcolm to the doctor, we'll also pick up something to drink out there too, further away from the city, if that's really what's doing us wrong.
Knows, Edie knows.
Well, don't spread this around, but we are here actually investigating a little bit, so we might be able to solve your problems before you have to worry about it for too long. So.
Oh, well, that's comforting to hear. I really hope that nothing bad happened to your friend. I don't know if you being here is related to him at all. You seem surprised to know that Professor Rhodes was here, but
I had no idea he was involved in this. I think this is going a bit deeper than any of us expected.
well, I'm definitely part of that as well. But I'm gonna can one of you help me bring my husband inside. I don't think I can lift him on my own.
That sounds like a Peter job.
That does. I can do that.
Okay, so you can bring him in and lay him down, and as soon as he's rested up and strong enough to at least make it to the truck, we can take the ride over to Dunwich in the morning. Thank you all for helping him.
Did we bring old Pete in somewhere too, or are we leaving him outside?
I'm curious. Is he still foaming at the mouth?
No. You're smacking him in the stomach. Kind of helped with
Seemed to
that.
work.
It got rid of everything that was in his throat and sort of cleared him out. He's just laying on the ground. I mean, you guys might have. I don't know if you.
But the swords are still present.
He still has the sores, yeah, but they're currently not oozing anymore.
I mean, Joe has gloves on now, so maybe he'll just drag him back into his hut
Sure.
for the time being.
That's fair. Yeah, you can take old Pete into his shack. There are already a couple of stray dogs just like curled up on the ground inside the shack.
I'll let the dogs watch after him. I trust those dogs.
Okay.
Actually, before I go back inside, is the pig still hanging over the fire?
The pig that was in the bonfire, I'd say it was pretty much tended to before going to bed. Like it was burned up. There's maybe some bones left.
When I was poking the fire, how did the pustules react to the fire?
I will say that by the time you guys came and were tending the fire yourselves, they looked like they had already popped, like pimples almost.
Maybe
Okay.
you should take some matches to these boys' lips.
I don't know if I talk too much with these pustules. I don't trust them.
I don't trust him much either.
Kind of. At this point, Joe wants to go look for Henry more than he wants to go deal with the Carmody brothers, but he knows he doesn't have much say in what they do in the morning.
Yeah.
They got a job to do. But he's now quite nervous about his friend after all that's happened tonight.
Yeah, I would say Standers is quite nervous about just everything. Just everything.
It's a good thing this takes place before cell phones, because I'd be phoning up Declan and being like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
We're coming home. Fuck this thing.
I think there's a reason that a lot of these types of games take place before cell phones, because it would trivialize a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
We're kind of isolated. We can't like call for help. We can't do nothing. We just gotta solve it.
Plus, I mean, be honest with characters. Be honest with yourselves. Who would you call to help with something like this?
The Ghostbusters.
Right. I mean, they don't.
Apparently, I'd call Stan. He's the only person I know that believes in the occult.
Yeah.
Yep, and I think that's part of the reason why Stan is a little spooky-ookied.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Joe thinks it's some disease. Like he's not thinking like something mysterious is happening. He thinks there's a disease spreading rapidly.
That's where Seamus is at too.
And he's concerned about this like new disease. Like he's getting ready to like go to like the hospital back in Boston and warn them that like we need to start preparing for this strange new, get the leeches ready. I actually have no idea what the medicine of the 1920s is like, but
We talked about it earlier,
off.
Coke.
yeah, start
Not far off.
get some Coke lined up and
So I actually took a medicine through the ages class in college.
oh god, that sounds fascinating.
Yeah, I'll see what I can remember from it, but I can't remember a lot now.
Well, either way, you get Malcolm to bed. Peter, are you sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay, so Peter's able to sleep. Stan and Joseph, you said you weren't sleeping, right?
Correct.
Joke, because he's like just thinks it's a disease and he's not like scared of like spookiness. He's like gonna stay awake because he's like high in adrenaline, but he'll pass out at some point, like maybe like 30 minutes in.
Okay.
He doesn't go to bed immediately. Like he's stressed out. He's thinking about the story. He's kind of jotting down notes, and then like eventually he just kind of falls back asleep.
All right. So the three of you that sleep return to these nice, peaceful dreams of your mothers. Maybe resuming the dreams that you were partially woken out of. But upon morning, you all wake up feeling pretty good. I mean, the three of you, you know, that hadn't already, wake up, your limbs feel nice and limber. You feel pretty good. You all get up. You look. Seamus looks. He's glowing, not literally, but figuratively.
He's pregnant.
Some of his wrinkles have gone away overnight.
Oh.
And Seamus, you wake up and kind of, you know, move your jaw back and forth, and your teeth aren't fitting in as well. Your dentures don't fit as well in your mouth anymore.
He's gonna start chugging the damn water.
Yeah,
He
I'm
really
thinking
is.
about it.
And yeah, you kind of, I don't know if you take them out or you just run your tongue along the teeth, and you feel little nubs peeking out of your gums.
Oh my god.
And that's where we're gonna finish this session up for tonight.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
and we even get a cat to end the session.
You get a bug.
Ending.
It's a buggy boy.
I think waking up the next morning is a good place to finish off.
Start.
Yeah, and start for the next time.
I like it.
So, with a little bit of the mystery
I'm starting to get
unraveled.
Stressed about what's happening. My boy Henry is in danger.
So, you know he's in danger. He could have made it back to
I'm
Arkham.
more emotionally attached to Henry than my wife. I
He's
know
your
his
friend.
name, at least. The moment you said like a dig, I was like, oh my god, is that Henry Rhodes? Like I knew his name, and I've had to pull up my backstory to find my wife's name every time. I'm like, who the fuck is this woman? Marie? Who are my kids? My kids are Emily, James, and Walter. I don't know them.
Unimportant.
I'm at work all the time.
But the
And
archaeology
you know where
bro.
I'm at when I'm not at work? I'm having drinks with Henry.
There you go. Yeah.
You know?
Well, with that, thank you everybody for playing. Thank you everybody who out there watching.
Yes.
This is also going to go up on YouTube, so YouTube, thanks for watching. We will continue on with another session. Who knows? That might be the last one. I knew it was going to take at least 2 or 3. I wasn't sure how many. And now it might take.
I don't know how close we are to
another
that,
one,
but
so.
it feels like 4 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Feel like
lot
we
of
aren't
stuff to
close
look.
to wrapping up yet.
There's a lot of stuff to look into, and really, depending on where you go in what order determines
Yeah.
what happens.
How fast we
Like,
get.
yeah, how fast you get to the end. So it could, and there's a couple different ways it could end, depending on what happens too. So we will find out next time how we continue, and we'll figure out when we're gonna play next, and we will be back. So thanks again for watching YouTube, and see you next time.
See ya.